Prologue. I run around the play area with my 2 brothers and 2 sisters. We are having so much fun playing hide and seek. I quickly look over my shoulder and then zoom into the forest with my little sister, Aria. We hide behind a huge tree, trying to keep quiet. We start laughing, and I know we will probably get caught first because of it. Aria. Seraphina. Don't move. Caden suddenly yells. I don't listen to him and take a small step forward. Then something big growls at me. My heart stops, and I slowly look up. A man is standing there. His smile is silly and strange. He's not wearing a shirt or shoes, only a pair of shorts. His whole body is shaking like crazy. Then, all of a sudden, he changes into a giant wolf. I scream as the scary wolfman swings his sharp claws at me. His claws dig into me, starting from the bottom of my neck and cutting all the way down to the other side, right to the bottom of my ribs. I scream in pain as blood pours out everywhere. In a few seconds, everything goes dark. Chapter 1. I load silver bullets into my gun and tuck extra bullets into my pockets. Caden, Aria, Vivian, Maximus. I call for my brothers and sisters. Are you ready? I ask. Maximus, my twin brother, walks into the living room. I'm always ready, little sis, he replies. I'm not your little sister. I pout at him. I came out 4 minutes before you, which means I'll be 18 before you, so I'm older, Maximus smirks. I roll my eyes. The twins, Aria and Vivian, walk in with our oldest brother, Caden. We're ready, Vivian says. Did everyone bring their fake IDs? I ask. Of course, the twins reply together, showing their fake IDs. I smile and walk outside to our Jeep. I'm driving, I say with a grin, shaking the keys. I climb into the driver's seat, and once everyone is inside, I drive off quickly. Aria yells, "You're crazy, Seraphina. You're going to get us all killed." I laugh and park perfectly on the first try. We all get out and head into our favorite club, Dance Mania. We come here every Friday. We always find werewolves to hunt. Rogues are werewolves without a pack. A pack is a group of werewolves that protect each other and follow their alpha. Alphas are the leaders of the packs. I hate werewolves. When I was 4, Aria and I played hide and seek at the park, and I got a big scar from where a werewolf scratched me. Now, we hunt werewolves. We're regulars at this club, and the bouncer lets us in as soon as he spots us. We might look a little strange. Aria, Vivian, and I are wearing black tank tops, black leather jackets, and black leather pants. I'm wearing my combat boots and black gloves. I walk to the dance floor, looking for a werewolf to take down. I start dancing, and I dance with some random people. I spot a male werewolf talking to a couple of girls. I walk over to him. "Hello," I say, smiling. "Hey, beautiful," he responds. "I saw you from across the room. You look great," I smile back. He places his hands on my waist. "You look good too," he whispers in my ear. "Want to go to the back with me?" I ask. "Did you really have to ask?" He smirks. I smile and grab his wrist, pulling him toward the back. We find a janitor's closet and step inside. I check to make sure there are no cameras before we start kissing. His hands slide up and down my sides. I think about the best way to take him out. I'll just use my gun. I slowly pull it out and press it to his chest. He stops kissing me and looks really scared. "No. Please don't," he pleads. "Sorry, sweetie," I say, smiling, and I pull the trigger. The gun goes off quietly because it's special, and the loud music covers the sound. "I'll have the guys take your body out," I say to his lifeless body, then I hide my gun again and walk back to the party. Out of all my siblings, I'm the best hunter. We figured that out a long time ago. According to Aria, I have looks that make men like me. I don't see anything special about myself. I have dark brown hair that people sometimes think is black, and light blue eyes. I'm not the shortest girl, but not the tallest either. And I'm really skinny, way below the weight I should be. My curves are practically non-existent. Well, that's what I think. But apparently, I have a butt. That's what my silly sister Vivian says. I sigh and lean against the bar. I see the twins dancing instead of looking for werewolves. Maximus and Caden are drinking shots. We should go home. I make the boys take the body and sneak it out to the forest. Then we drive home, and everyone goes straight to bed. Wanting to see what would happen next? Why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 2. I stretch and yawn. I get out of bed, put on some clothes and shoes, and grab some of my weapons. Then I head out into the woods. I don't eat breakfast, so I feel fine. I sit on a rock and start humming a song softly. I carry the weight of you in my heavy heart, and the wind is so cold, I am not. I carry the weight of you heading back to begin, with 1,000 eyes on me. I stumble on. I am tired, I'm getting older, I'm growing weaker every day. I carry the weight of you, I carry the weight of you. Lay down, here beside me, in the shallow water beside me, where the sun is shining on us still. I sing. I stop when I hear something behind me. I grab my gun and point it at the noise. Who's there? I ask. Complete silence. I squint and use my other hand to pull out another gun. I hold them out to each side of me. I hear the tiniest noise and squint harder. Suddenly, I scream in pain as one of my guns is knocked out of my hand by a werewolf. I can tell he's part of a pack. I aim my second gun, but before I can use it, another werewolf knocks it from my hand. A third werewolf steps out. I grab my silver bomb. But once again, it's knocked away. Okay, it's a game. When the first wolf attacks, I punch it hard in the face. I've trained to be a hunter my whole life, and I'm stronger than most girls, and even stronger than most guys. I jump off the rock and land with a look that says, "Come on then." And the fight begins. A punch, a kick, a scratch, a bite. When I'm not paying attention, someone shoves me to the ground from behind. I scold myself for being so careless. I try to escape, but it's useless. They've won. I close my eyes, ready for death. But instead of death, I'm handcuffed and pulled back up. The first werewolf I punched is now a man in shorts. "Walk," he grunts, pushing me forward. I do, and he follows behind me, guiding me. I'm led to the pack's prison. A wolf is already there, and I think he's the beta because of the power he's giving off. "Put all your weapons on the table," he says. And why should I do that? I ask. He slaps me across the face. "Do it, bitch," he growls. If I remember correctly, I'm not the one who turns into a dog. So I'm not the bitch here, I snap back. He looks furious. I scream through my teeth as the wolf that led me here in human form grips my upper arm where I had been scratched during the fight. "Put your weapons on the table," he hisses in my ear. "Then take off the damn handcuffs so I can," I reply. He hesitates, then does. I take out my 2 pocket knives from my front pockets, then my 3 silver bombs. I pull off my leather jacket, since I hide a lot of my weapons there. They all stare at me, impressed. I take off my shoes and pull out more knives hidden inside. Then I remove all the sheaths on my jeans with daggers. Finally, I pull out my sword from under my waistband. "Okay, I'm done," I say. "How do you have so many weapons, woman?" The beta asks. "I buy weapons the way other girls buy shoes," I tell him, glancing at my nails. "I still have a knife hidden in my shirt. I'm not convinced all your weapons are on the table." The man behind me says. He steps in front of me and pats my chest, which makes me punch him in the face. "What the hell?" I ask angrily. "Don't touch me, you bastard." I reach behind me and pull out the knife, dropping it on the table. He rubs his jaw. "How are you so strong for a human?" he mutters. "I've been a hunter since I was 6. So, I guess that's why. Killed my first wolf when I was 7, I tell him, still looking at my nails. Why, since you were 6? And are you wearing makeup on your neck? The beta asks. No, I'm not, I snap. I look at my neck and realize it does look like makeup, but it's actually covering a scar. Okay. Let's get you into a cell, the beta says. I won't be happy in a cell. I'll complain and bug you, I warn. Then we'll duct tape your mouth, the beta says casually. I'll rip the duct tape off. And anyway, my siblings will find me and kill your pack if you don't let me go, I threaten. You aren't a lone hunter? The man who attacked me asks. No. My siblings and I hunt together. They hate werewolves almost as much as I do, I say. 1. We're not dogs, the beta growls. 2. Why didn't you bring the others? He looks at the man who attacked me. She was alone. She was just sitting on a rock. My attacker exclaims. You were alone? The beta asks. Obviously, I reply in a dull way. She's the most annoying and cheekiest human I've ever met, my attacker says. I slap him across the face. They just put the handcuffs back on me. Wait until she meets the alpha, the beta says with a low whistle. I'm going to record it so I can watch the attitude between them. I roll my eyes. Alphas are fools. They're not scary. They think they're all oh so tough, but really, they're just jerks who need to be put in their place. Say that to our alpha, my attacker laughs. They lock me in an empty cell. I jump up and flip my handcuffed arms in front of me, then I start shaking the bars. My siblings will find you, I warn. They'll kill all of you. Let them, we'll throw them in here with you, the beta grins. I spit in his face through the bars. You're a jerk, I say, then go to the cot and sit down. I can't wait to meet their alpha. Chapter 3. The Alpha. I spend the whole day in the cell. My arm, scratched and sore, aches a lot. I sing badly, bothering everyone, even myself. I talk non-stop about all kinds of things. I yell until my throat feels sore. Still, through all my noise, they leave me in the cell. When they slide my dinner through the bars, I decide to stay quiet and just be sarcastic with them. The 2 other prisoners nearby seem to be asleep, and there doesn't seem to be a guard. So, I start singing softly, knowing that werewolves can hear better than humans. I came here tonight to get you out of my mind. I'm gonna take what I find. Oh yeah. So open the box, no key needed. I'm unlocked, I won't tell you to stop. Oh yeah. Hey boy. I don't need to know where you've been. All I need to know is you and, no need for talking. Hey boy. Don't even tell me your name, all I need to know is whose place, and let's get going, I sing. I look down at my hands while I continue. All I wanna do is kiss your body. Oh. Tonight's your lucky night. I know you want it. Oh. All I wanna do is kiss your body. Oh. Tonight's your lucky night. I know you won dash. I stop myself when I hear a noise and quickly look up. There, standing in front of me, is the alpha, grinning. He's undeniably handsome. Very handsome. He's like, super hot. I avoid looking him in the eyes. I'm not dumb enough to do that. Yet. I smile to myself secretly. If someone looks an alpha directly in the eyes before he speaks to them, it's a sign of disrespect. I wait a few moments before I finally look up at him. He narrows his beautiful brown eyes and growls. His eyes show surprise, then affection, then desire, then anger, and finally hatred. I was going to comment on your singing, he starts in a smooth voice. But maybe I'll pass. Please. I don't need compliments from a dog, I snap back. Listen, girl, I want to know where your siblings are. Why would I tell you where my siblings are? I'll make you, he growls. What's your name? I shrug. A name is just something someone calls you. It doesn't matter. What's your name, princess? He growls. No one calls me princess. I rush up to the bars, feeling the urge to hit him so badly. You call me princess one more time and I'll kill you, I warn, gripping the bars tightly. Okay, princess, he smirks. I shake the bars hard. I'm going to kill you, you damn bastard. You're probably a man whore like every other alpha, meaning you sleep with every girl who comes your way. I'm not one of those girls, so get your face out of mine, I snap. I glance over. His beta is holding a phone, likely recording, but his eyes are wide with shock. I can't help but compare the beta to the alpha. The beta has wavy blonde hair and blue eyes. He's cute. But the alpha. He's got those dark brown eyes and perfectly styled brown hair. His jawline is sharp and, I stop myself. I shouldn't be checking him out. I've never done that with any other alpha, so why this one? The alpha's eyes turn black, and I can feel he's close to shifting or letting his wolf take over. He grabs my face through the bars, holding me so tightly that I can't pull away. What's your name? He growls, pulling our faces close, separated only by the bars. Seraphina, I reply with venom in my voice. What's yours, Alpha? I say, Alpha, with emphasis. Luca. Listen here. Luca. When my siblings find me, I'm going to take my silver sword and decorate your body with nice cuts. Then I'll show your whole pack before I stab you right through the heart in front of them all. I growl, spitting in his face. He wipes away my spit, letting go of my face, and storms off. I sit at the back of my cell, and as night falls, I don't bother to sleep. That was the weirdest alpha encounter I've ever had. By the time I finally fall asleep, it's probably way past midnight, and I'm definitely not looking forward to tomorrow. I wake up to the sound of someone yelling. I watch as a rogue is shoved into the cell next to mine. She's young, maybe about 12. She's crying, her short brown hair sticking to her face, and her blue eyes look red and swollen. After a while, when the wolves leave, she stops screaming and crying. Who are you? She asks. Seraphina, I reply flatly. Why are you here? You're human, she asks. I'm a hunter. What's that on your neck? I glance down. The makeup on my neck is smudging now. I turn away from her. Nothing, I mumble. My name's Selena. I'm 11, she says. I was close with my guess. Selena, stop talking to me. I snap. Why? I need someone to talk to, Selena says. I groan. What do you even want to talk about? How did they catch you? Selena asks. A guard comes and slides food into both of our cells. But I don't eat breakfast, so I leave it. Selena starts eating hers. There were 3 of them. They kept knocking my weapons away. So, I tried to fight without them. I was able to for a while, but I lost focus, and one of them jumped on my back, I explain. Is that why you're so dirty? Selena asks. I turn around and glare at her. Look, Selena, you're a rogue, a werewolf. I hunt and kill your kind. Why are you even talking to me? Everyone needs a friend, Seraphina. Especially in a place like this, Selena answers. Are you going to eat that? She points to my breakfast. I shove it into her cell. Go ahead, eat it. She eats like a dog. Well, I guess that's what she is. I sigh and lean against the bars separating our 2 cells. I hear footsteps, and I sense that it's Luca. His presence carries the alpha power with him. His footsteps stop in front of Selena's cell. Why do you have 2 plates? He asks. I turn my head to look at him. I had Seraphina's breakfast, Selena explains. He growls low. You did what? Selena whimpers. I had her breakfast too. Don't give her lunch, Luca orders the guard. Shut up, Luca. I don't eat breakfast, so I gave her mine, I say. Luca's head snaps to mine, and Selena's eyes widen. The guard stares at me with his mouth hanging open. Did I talk to you? Luca asks. Now you did. I snicker. Did I talk to you before? Oh no. So why did you talk to me? Because I'm Seraphina. I sing-song. Luca's eyes look like they're about to turn black. I shrug and whistle a tune as I play with the laces of my boots. Why were you on my land? You're a little young to be a rogue, Luca asks Selena. My alpha kicked me out because I accidentally hit him, Selena says quietly. I growl, a strange sound coming from my human body. Everyone looks at me, but my eyes stay focused on Selena. Where the hell is this alpha? I'm going to fucking kill him, I growl again. Selena's eyes widen. You're not going anywhere, princess, Luca says. I glare at him. I'm not a princess. He turns back to Selena. I'm going to invite you into my pack. Would you like to? Selena nods. I would. You'll have to stay here for a while though. I need to talk to my pack about it, Luca says. Or your Luna, I snicker. I don't have one, Luca informs before walking away. For some reason, relief that he doesn't have a Luna yet flows through me. I push the feeling away. I sigh and stand up, beginning to pace. Are you wearing makeup on your neck? Selena asks. I glance down, and it's smudging to the point where it looks like melting plastic. Yeah, I sigh. Why? Selena asks. I've never told anyone this, but I feel like I need to. Promise you won't tell anyone? I ask. Promise, she vows. I sit down by the bars separating our cells. As the guard goes to do his rounds, I talk quietly. When I was 4, I was playing hide and seek with my siblings. Me and one of my sisters were hiding, and one of my brothers saw us and warned us not to move. I ignored him thinking it was part of the game, and then I shiver. There was a rogue. He shifted and scratched me from here. I point to the base of my neck. To here, I trace a diagonal line over my scar, stopping on the edge of my rib. My siblings and I have been hunters ever since. Not all rogues are like that, Seraphina. And packs are nothing like that. Rethink your opinions, Selena says. That makes me think. And think hard. Through the whole day, I rethink my opinions on werewolves. And it distracts me from eating lunch and dinner. When Luca returns, he looks into my cell. Why are both your plates here, full of food? Luca asks. I forgot to eat. I mumble, he's interrupting my thinking. You can't just forget to eat. He unlocks my cell and walks inside it. That surprises the hell out of me. I forget everything I was thinking about and stare at him wide-eyed. He picks up my dinner plate and walks over to where I'm sitting. First, he unlocks my handcuffs. Open up, he says, holding a piece of food to my lips. I give him a serious, what the heck face. I can eat dash. I'm cut off as he shoves the piece of bread into my mouth. I shove his hovering hand away and chew the bread quickly before swallowing. What the heck, man? I ask. Are you going to eat yourself? Luca asks. Yes, I snap. Now get your filthy paws away from me. I take the plate and eat. Luca sits beside me the whole time, just watching. It creeps me out. As soon as I'm done, he smiles. He really smiles. I give my what the heck face again. He takes my plate and my lunch plate and sets them outside my cell. He locks me up again before going to Selena. I zone out as I replay that event in my head. What the heck just happened? Wanting to see what would happen next? Why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 4. It's my second day in the cell. I absolutely hate it. Selena is gone. She left last night. Luca took her out and that left me all alone. It's around lunchtime and I've started rethinking everything again. My lunch is served, but not the same way it usually is. Luca comes in with my plate. Why are you here? I sigh unhappily. You need to eat. You can't forget again, Luca says. He sits down on the ground beside me and hands me the plate. I take the plate and begin to eat. I won't forget to eat again, I point out. You didn't eat breakfast, he says, pointing to my breakfast plate. Idiot, I told you I don't eat breakfast, I snap. No need to use that tone, princess. I put the plate down and punch him. Don't call me princess, I hiss. His eyes turn black. I know I'm in trouble. He grabs my neck and pushes me against the wall. I want to kill you so bad, he growls. Why don't you? I ask, painfully scratching at his hand with my fingernails. Because you're my dash, he cuts himself off, and his eyes return to normal. He lets go of me and walks out of my cell just like that. He's going to get some serious attitude next time he visits. Luca comes back again at dinner, holding my plate. I hadn't finished my lunch, and somehow, he seems to know that. You didn't eat the rest of your lunch, he says. Why do you care so much? I whine. It's starting to get annoying. Because I do. Now eat before I feed you, Luca says, handing me my plate. I take it hesitantly, then just to get on his nerves, I drop it on the ground and it shatters into pieces. Food falls everywhere. Whoops. I smirk. Luca is clearly fighting off his wolf as he stomps out of my cell, leaving it wide open. I blink. I scramble up and run out. I easily get outside and look around for a way to escape. I have no idea where I am. I start running toward the forest, but within seconds, I'm being chased. I'm caught and thrown over someone's shoulder. After a few seconds of pounding on his back and screaming, I recognize him as Luca. Get your paws off me, you filthy animal. I shriek. Luca chuckles. Although your hits kind of hurt, and I'm probably going to get bruises. I'm not letting you go. The view is nice anyway. I gasp. Why you? You freaking perverted bastard dipshit dog. I'm going to kill you as soon as I lay hands on a weapon. Instead of going back to the prison, he carries me off to a house. I continue to struggle in his rock-hard grip as we go. We walk into the house. I know it's not the pack house because it's quiet. He carries me upstairs and into a room. Finally, I'm dropped onto a bed. I sit up and look around. You'll be staying in this room from here on, Luca says. I look around again, and all the weapons I could make and use are here. It's incredible. Okay, I say simply. Luca's eyes widen, probably because I didn't say anything snappy or with attitude. He looks surprised before narrowing his eyes and walking out. I can hear him locking the door. I sit there and look around. What should I make first? I start by going to the window. It's locked from the outside. They must have done this before I went into this room. Those sneaky bastards. I walk to the bathroom. I find a toothbrush, toothpaste, and a hairbrush. I also find shampoo, conditioner, soap, and a clean pair of clothes on the counter. The clothes happen to be a dress. No way in hell am I putting that on. I throw it out onto the floor of the room and lock the bathroom door. I strip off my filthy clothes and step into the shower. I sing quietly as I wash myself off. When I step out, I debate whether to put my dirty clothes on again or not. Deciding against it, I wrap the towel that was there around myself and stay in it. I sit on the bed and think about things as I play with my fingers. A few minutes later, Luca walks in. He freezes, and his eyes start to turn black. I furrow my brow. How did I make him mad already? Where are your clothes? He growls. They're dirty. And there's no way in hell you're putting me in a dress. I'd rather go naked, I inform him. He clenches his hands into fists. He storms out and locks the door behind him. I shrug, and suddenly a tiredness slips over me. I yawn, and before I know it, I fall asleep. Knock. Knock. A female voice comes from the other side of the door. She walks in and I look her over. She's wearing a long-sleeve plain green crop top and jeans. Her long black hair is pulled into a side braid, and her blue eyes are lined with eyeliner and mascara. Hello, Seraphina. Heard you were a feisty one. My name's Monica. I'm the beta's mate, she says. Go away, beta's mate, I sigh. You're in a towel, girl. Come on, I'll find you some clothes you like, Monica says, opening the door wide for me. I raise an eyebrow. I'm allowed to go out just like this? I shrug and walk out. This way, Monica leads me downstairs and down even more stairs. We end up in a basement. Why did we come into the basement? I like to store clothes I no longer wear in the Alpha's basement. Monica shrugs. This girl is strange. I sigh and follow her into a room full of clothes. Okay, pick out anything you'd like. Monica says. I notice her eyes keep moving to my neck. I look down and slide my hair over it, realizing my scar is clearly visible. I look through everything and end up picking black leggings and a fitted dark gray top. Monica hands me undergarments. They're clean, and I think we're the same bra size. I nod and turn my back to her as I slip the clothes on. I make sure my hair is covering my neck before turning around. Monica looks me over. You're kinda really pretty. And you're kinda really annoying, I snap. I can see what Elijah was talking about. You're a little sassy, Monica mutters. I laugh. Queen of sass right here. I wink. Now come on, back to the room. But I don't want to go back to the room, dog. Well, you're gonna go back to the room. Make me. Luca. Seraphina won't go back to the room. I roll my eyes and take 2 hangers. I can use them like weapons. Luca comes in and I smirk. He narrows his eyes. Come on back to your room, Luca says slowly. Yeah. No. I smile innocently. Luca sighs. You shouldn't have let her out, he grumbles. It was your idea, Monica points out. Not my idea to let her out of her room, Luca exclaims. I slowly slip past them and start running upstairs. I hear them chasing after me, but I run fast. I sprint out the door and into the forest where I climb a tree and watch as Luca, Monica, the beta, and a few other wolves gather under the tree, staring up at me. Come on, Seraphina, Monica says, exasperated. I hate you filthy dogs and dash. I cut myself off when Selena walks out. I narrow my eyes. Do you not remember what I said, Seraphina? Rethink your opinions. Not all wolves are like that rogue, Selena says. I stay silent, watching her pleading eyes. She speaks words beyond her years. And I'm beginning to think I have a soft spot for her. She's like a little sister. You just have to like her and hate her. I thought about them, Selena. I mumble. I'll come down on one condition. I speak up. What? Luca sighs. I never have to go in that cell or that room again. All right, Luca says. I climb down and Selena engulfs me in a hug. I clench my hands into fists and don't hug her back. Selena, you're still a wolf. I can't accept that yet. I mumble. She lets go and mutters a sorry. I sigh and hold out my wrists. Tie me up. Do whatever it is you do to prisoners. Just no cell and no room. Seraphina, Luca says slowly, pushing my hands to my sides. We won't tie you up. You're just under house arrest. Does that seem fair? No, it's not fair. But taking me as your prisoner, I guess so, I shrug. I think that's the nicest I'll ever be to Luca. Yup. I knew I couldn't escape. I'm not a tree jumper like my twin. Nor am I as smart as my sisters. Nor am I as strong as my oldest brother. I am the fastest. But that wouldn't do me any good. I can run at inhuman speeds, believe it or not. I can run as fast as a wolf. It's strange. My twin has the best parkour skills, and he jumps higher and farther than any human. My sisters, they are geniuses. They can hack into any computer, make flawless plans. Their brains don't even seem human. And my oldest brother, he's as strong as any wolf, probably as strong as the Alpha. That's certainly not human. I hear a noise and I whip around and hiss. A rogue steps out of the bushes. I smirk. This should be fun. This one's mine, I hiss to the others. Luca apparently doesn't want it to be. He reaches to grab me, but I'm already off. I grab the wolf by its shoulders and flip onto it. I clutch onto its neck and hold tighter and tighter, choking it. Selena's eyes are wide. That's a bad rogue, she mumbles. Suddenly, My body is slammed against a tree. That hurts. I scream through my teeth but keep my grip on the wolf strong. Eventually, he goes limp. His breathing stops. That's how you do it without weapons, I say, standing and stretching my now aching back. Luca looks angry, confused, and worried. He slowly approaches me and puts slight pressure on my back. I hiss in pain and shrink away from his hand. We should get that looked at, Luca says. Please. I laugh cruelly. I've had worse. Worse. Luca growls. Dude, calm down. The worst I've got was Dash. I cut myself off. Nothing. I mumble. What? Luca asks. He grabs my face and I attempt to jerk away, but his grip is too strong. Get off me, you mutt. I spit. I want to make a run for it now. It's worth a shot. He hesitantly lets go, and that's when I sprint. I put all my strength into it, flying at the speed wolves run. I keep running and running, hearing wolves behind me. I speed up. I push myself to my limits, flying through the forest. Suddenly, I'm tackled to the ground. My head smacks off the earth and I'm tumbling into blackness. I wake up to a girl leaning over me, her lips pressed tightly together. I don't recognize her, but I can tell she's a wolf. I push her face away with my hand and groan in pain. The light is too bright. I quickly close my eyes again. I can feel that my arm, which had been scratched so long ago, is bandaged up. A concussion, I expected that, I hear the girl say. How bad? Comes Luca's panicked voice. I don't know yet, the girl responds. Luca, go away, I grumble. Not bad enough to forget you, the girl laughs. Shut the lights off, I mutter. The lights go out, and I sit up, opening my eyes. I blink a few times, trying to adjust. I immediately realize the wolves have an advantage. Humans can't see in the dark like they can. I look around and realize I'm in a hospital room. My eyes widen. What's wrong, sweetie? The girl asks. 1. Shut up, you bitch. 2. Get me out of this place, I demand. You weren't kidding. She's rude. The girl snorts. Get me out. I grit my teeth. It's only a hospital room, Seraphina, Luca says. Get me out. I scream. I don't want to be in here. I can't be in here. As I say that, memories hit me. I remember being in the hospital, waking up, and then falling back to sleep. The pain was so bad I passed out. So much blood. I start thrashing in the bed, not wanting to cry in front of the wolves. I can't be weak in front of them. I'm picked up and carried out. I keep my eyes open, fearing that if I close them, the memories will come rushing back even stronger. Outside, it's night, and the memories slowly fade. My breathing, which I hadn't realized had sped up, begins to calm. The girl runs out behind us. Fear of hospitals, huh? She says. No, I snap, half true, half not. I push myself away from Luca and reposition my hair to cover my neck. I'm the pack doctor, Seraphina. I know when someone's scared. Your eyes gave it away. Clearly, you've had some sort of traumatic experience in a hospital. I shudder. Shut up. What was it? The girl asks curiously. You think I'd tell you, bitch? I ask, raising an eyebrow. I bet I could get it out of you. I'd like to see you try. All right then. Alpha, may I? What the hell is she going to do? I've only told one person, Selena, and that's because I felt she could be trusted. This girl. No way. She walks up to me, and I narrow my eyes. Her frizzy red hair is tied in a ponytail. Her bright green eyes are full of curiosity and determination. When was the last time you went to the hospital, besides this small one? I stay silent. Too scared to answer me. Oh, you wouldn't dare. Scaredy cat. And I thought you were scary. I punch her in the face, sending her flying back. She hits the ground, her breathing ragged. She can't be human, I hear her mumble. Told you. I hear the beta say as he walks out from the forest. I look over at him and brace myself to run, but my head is pounding. I don't think I'd be able to. The doctor gets up and looks me over. Such a strange human you are. Strong enough to be a weaker wolf, almost faster than the alpha. What else do you have? Nothing, I snort. My older brother's as strong as any alpha. My twin brother can jump higher than any human ever. And my sisters are geniuses. You have an interesting family. You haven't even scratched the surface of my family yet, I snicker. Care to tell me? No. You're the bitch, why would I tell you? I'll talk to you later, she sighs. Anyway, I have a feeling you're going to need painkillers. Assuming your head is killing you right now. Alpha, give her Tylenol and Advil. If she complains, bring her back. You don't treat my mate like her, do you? The beta growls. What? Monica. Nah, she might get it worse. Actually, bitch gets it worse. The beta looks furious, but he doesn't punch me or anything. What's wrong with you guys? I hit you, threaten you, swear at you, and talk back, and you still haven't done anything. Am I not being bitchy enough? What's wrong? Why am I not in a cell anymore? Why was I moved to a house? Why the hell did I go to the fucking pack doctor? Why am I not dead yet? The pack doctor frowns. You want to die? I snort. I'd rather die than live in this filthy place full of mutts. Wanting to see what would happen next? Why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 5. I'm under house arrest. After that outburst, I was literally picked up by Luca and taken back to the house. He put me in a bed and told me to sleep. I was too exhausted to argue, so I just went to sleep. I wake up in the morning, and the sun is so bright, I feel like screaming. I cover my face with a pillow and sit there. Finally, I decide I want to get up. But the sun is still way too bright. I look around and sigh. Nothing changes. I close my eyes and use my other senses to make my way out. It's probably because of my so-called concussion that I can't stand the light. I walk downstairs, almost stumbling a few times, and sit on the last stair, massaging my temples. Seraphina, I hear Luca's voice in a soft tone. You okay? Do you have sunglasses? I blurt out. I wish I could see his confused expression. About 30 seconds later, my hand is gently taken, and sunglasses are pressed into my palm. I slide them on and open my eyes. That's better, I sigh in relief. I stand up and brush myself off. So, breakfast? Luca asks. I don't eat breakfast, I reply in a tone. Luca sighs. When will you be nice to me? Never. You're a wolf, gosh, don't be so dumb. I knew your brain was small, but this is starting to get bad. Seraphina, I feel like you have a death wish. If you talked like this to any other alpha, you'd be dead. So why am I not? Because you're not. Ugh, so confusing. Seriously, I just want to die or go home. I don't want to live here. I groan. Luca looks heartbroken, to say the least. He walks away and out the door. I know if I try to run, I won't make it. There's probably like 1,000 guards, or that's my guess. I walk into the kitchen and help myself to food. Well, I kind of take the cookies and have them for breakfast. Hey, no one's stopping me. I decide to explore the house, carrying my cookies. Yes, my cookies. I walk around and peek indoors. I don't find anything, so I go to the back screen door, open it, and my mouth falls open in the middle of chewing one of the cookies. I just stand there and stare. I'm not supposed to be out of the house, but I take a hesitant step out with my bare feet. Where did my shoes go? They better not have messed with my combat boots. I slowly walk to the garden, the one I was staring at. It's so beautiful. Who knew wolves could make this? I feel the grass tickle my feet. I sit on a bench and set the cookies down. My eyes can't take everything in at once, so I have to look at it piece by piece. I admit, I love gardens like this. I always have. When I see one, I force my siblings to come in with me. I leave the cookies on the bench and explore the garden. I smile and think of a tune in my head. I lift my arms like I'm slow dancing with someone and spin around like I'm dancing. I make my way to the gazebo, laughing at myself. I run up the stairs of the gazebo and look out over the garden. I want to live here now. Just for this garden. I smile and climb onto the railing before pulling myself onto the roof of the gazebo. I sit cross-legged and stare out at the garden. I don't know how long I've been up here, but I know it's a long time. I'm dying to take these sunglasses off. I really want to see the colors of the garden properly, but if I take them off, I'll probably get dizzy. I sigh. I've been up here for who knows how long, but I can't get enough of this garden. I push my hair back from its braid, which has started to fall out. I hum along to a song as I look over the garden, my eyes scanning from left to right, then right to left. What are you doing? A voice interrupts, making me jump. I recognize Luca's voice. You're under house arrest. Am I not technically on your property? Anyway, how could you not have told me about this garden? I exclaim. What? It's beautiful, I sigh. I quickly compose myself, realizing I just let something slip. Be a rude ass, Seraphina. I tell myself. You like it. I can't be rude about the garden. I love it, I breathe. Come on down. I'll show you my favorite tree. I slide off the gazebo and land lightly on the grass below. Show me, I say coldly. We walk to the middle of the garden, where there's a huge oak. My eyes involuntarily widen. Wow, I whisper. I bet this place throws amazing parties, I say, looking around. Luca laughs. You're nice when you're not a bitch. And you're nice when you're 1,000 meters away from me, I retort, stomping inside. I walk into the kitchen. It's 1 p.m. I was up there for a long time. I search for a snack and find goldfish crackers, the Brook ones. I snack on them while pacing. I sigh and decide to take the bandages off my arm. Another thing about my siblings and I, we heal fast. Not as fast as a wolf, but faster than humans. Like I thought, the cut is now just a fading pink line. I sit on the counter and put the crackers down, no longer hungry. Luca walks in after a while. Where's your cut? He exclaims, looking at my no longer bandaged arm. Healed. Seraphina, humans don't heal that fast. So. I'm a fast healer, I snort. He grabs my arm, and I try to pull away, but he's too strong. Luca looks over the mark where the cut was. That isn't possible, Luca says. I snort again. Well, it is. Luca pinches the bridge of his nose. You're the strangest human ever. Thanks. You're the strangest dog ever, I reply. I'm not a dog, he growls. And I'm not a princess, I snap. Oh, but you are. I growl and rip my arm away from his loosened grip. I hate him so much. I glare at him as I slide off the counter, realizing I'm a lot smaller now. Well, my head's at his lips. He could just lean over and kiss my forehead and... Whoa, what? Brain. Stop. I realize I've stopped glaring, and instead, I'm staring at him, my lips parted and my eyes searching his. I quickly slide away and sit on the couch in the living room. I stare blankly at the TV. I hate him, but he's only ever been nice to me. Alphas shouldn't be like that. They should be mean, rude, and horrible. I should be dead. Why am I not? After a while, Monica walks in. Hey, she says quietly. I stay silent in return. Look, just give us all a chance. Selena told us something traumatic happened, and that's why you became a hunter. So please, give us a chance, Monica says hopefully. I look her over. Her eyes are pleading, and her posture almost suggests submission. One chance, I sigh. Thanks, Seraphina, Monica smiles, walking back out. Okay, Seraphina, don't be a jerk anymore. I tell myself. I stand up and walk to my room. I groan. I have absolutely no clothes to change into. I walk back downstairs, into the basement, and go through Monica's old clothes. I pick a few things out and take them back to my room. I put them all in before deciding to ask Monica for makeup. Monica! I shout. Instead, Luca comes into my room. I wanted Monica. Luca raises an eyebrow. Okay. His eyes glaze over a bit, and I tilt my head curiously. Are you using the mind link? Yeah, Luca nods when his eyes return to normal. That's cool, I muse as I hear the door open and close downstairs. Luca smiles slightly at me before walking back downstairs. Monica slides into my room. What's up? She asks. I need makeup. Girl, you're gorgeous. You don't need any makeup. But it's not for my face. I need foundation and concealer. That's it. Seraphina. What? Why? Just, please. I'll have it here by tonight. Thanks, Monica. I smile. Monica's eyes grow wide. You said thank you, and you smiled. My smile fades. Am I not supposed to say that? No. You say that and smile. I like your smile. I smile again. Good, you'll probably be seeing a lot more of it. We walk back downstairs, and Luca is talking to the beta. I still don't like the beta. I huff. Hey, beta, I say quickly. Hey. He says slowly. I never did catch your name. You are Wesley. Well then, Monica and Wesley. Mesley. That's your ship name, okay? Okay. I smile widely. Monica laughs. Are you feeling okay? Luca asks. Is your face feeling okay? Wesley asks. I roll my eyes. I'm fine. And yes, my face is feeling fine. Monica giggles and watches, clearly amused. You're not being a jerk though, Wesley says slowly. And you smiled. Stop acting as if you've just seen a woman giving birth and let's have a normal conversation, I snap. Seraphina, Monica whines. I'm sorry. Being nice to these mutts ain't easy. You, on the other hand, it's easier, I say. Monica laughs. Then we shall become great friends. I snort. You're still a dog. It's gonna take me a while. I can wait, Monica says simply. Wait, what's going on here? Luca asks. Seraphina agreed to give us a chance. Monica smiles. Luca smiles widely, whereas Wesley kind of looks me over wearily. How do we know she isn't playing us? Wesley asks. I pinch the bridge of my nose. Wolves are idiots. Can I call my siblings? I sigh. That depends, Luca starts. Promise you won't say location or anything that happened. To a certain extent, promise. I nod. I'm handed a cell phone. So the landline isn't tracked back here, Luca explains. I roll my eyes. I type in my landline phone number and hold the cell phone up to my ear. Almost instantly, the phone is answered. Hello. Vivian's frantic voice comes through. Hey, Vivian. I smile, even though she can't see me. It's Seraphina. I told y'all she would call. I hear Vivian scream on the other end. I'm putting it on speaker, she informs. Seraphina, where are you? Caden asks. Are you hurt? Maximus chimes in. Did wolves get you? Aria asks. How are you on a phone? Vivian asks. Caden, I can't tell you where I am. Maximus, besides having a so-called concussion and having to be in a hospital, I had a few flashbacks, but I'm fine. Aria. I can't answer that. Vivian, because I'm borrowing someone's phone. I answer all their questions. When are you coming home? Maximus asks. Sorry, twin, I don't know. I sigh. But you're okay? Why can't you answer Caden and I's questions? Arya asks. I glance around at Luca, Wesley, and Monica. Look, all I can say is I don't know when I'll be home. But for the most part, I'm safe. I think. Now, I've got to go. Love you guys, bye. I hang up and hand the phone back to Luca. I swallow down the lump in my throat. You okay? Monica asks. Just fine. I strain my voice to stay normal. Monica nods before a wicked grin spreads across her face. So, you like video games? Wanting to see what would happen next? Why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 6. Luca has loads and loads of Xbox, Wii, and PlayStation games. When they took me into what seemed like a game room, I had a little fangirl moment. We put in Call of Duty, and we went wild. I survived. They didn't. Because I'm a boss. I'm starving, and I really want to kill a rogue. Can we go to Dance Mania tonight? I always catch rogues there. And it's so much fun. I smile. Whoa, 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 you're still under house arrest, Luca says. Fuck you, I groan. Monica laughs. Is this how you always are with your siblings? What? I ask, furrowing my brow. I mean, are you always this talkative and, well, fun? I dunno. I shrug before standing on the couch. I stand on the back and jump off, then run downstairs and slide into the kitchen. Seraphina, what are you doing? Wesley asks. Finding food, I reply as I open a cupboard. Jackpot. Snacks. I pull out the cookies and then look for cups and milk. You like to make yourself right at home, Monica laughs. Well, duh, I'm gonna be living here until you dogs let me out, so, yeah. I shrug as I pour myself some milk and dip the chocolate chip cookies in. You're interesting, Monica muses. Okay. Hey. Can I at least spar with some wolves on the front lawn? I ask. Really? You're that desperate? Luca asks. Yes, I nod. Luca swallows and looks torn. I'll let you spar, he says slowly. Yes. I fist pump the air. Monica laughs at that. Luca gestures for me to follow, so I do. We walk out to the front and I notice a few wolves. I smile and crack my fingers. I need to move around. You stand there, just because I'm worried. I'll let you fight against one of the lesser fighters, Luca says. I growl. No. I want to fight you. Luca glares. Fine. But I'll go easy on you. If you do, I whistle lowly, I'll kill you. Luca growls and steps in front of me. Make the first move, Seraphina. I throw a fast punch at his face. It connects with his face and a loud smack of skin against skin can be heard. A few people gasp. I just smirk. Bring it, Luca. I growl. He starts. I can tell his wolf is almost on edge. The alpha is keeping his wolf back for me. How sweet, I taunt, trying to bring his wolf out. Big bad alpha doesn't seem so scary after all. He growls, and that's when I know his wolf takes over. He shifts. His wolf is gorgeous, pure black. Wow, I whisper in surprise. But he lunges at me right away. I duck, and he flies over me. I whip around and the fight starts. It only lasts about 15 minutes. He jumps on my stomach and catches my scar in the wrong way. The pain is so intense that I drop to the ground, clutching my stomach. That's the downside, it hadn't healed properly. And now, it'll be random moments when I collapse. I start coughing up blood. Luca shifts back. Seraphina, he exclaims. I breathe shallowly as I stay in a child's pose. I hear a familiar voice. The bitch, aka the pack doctor. Seraphina, she says softly, please sit up. I also hear Selena. She gasps. Is it because of your scar? I growl at her, but it turns into a whimper as the pain in my chest where the scar is intensifies. What scar? Luca, Monica, the bitch, and Wesley ask in unison. I'm not supposed to tell, Selena mumbles. As an alpha, I order you to tell us, Luca growls. Selena glances at me. Sorry, Seraphina, I can't deny an alpha order. Please don't, I whisper. Seraphina has a scar. It's from a werewolf. She was attacked when she was 6 and got it, Selena says. I growl, my secret got out so fast. I was so stupid to tell Selena. It didn't heal properly, did it? The bitch asks. No, I swallow. So that's why you don't like hospitals. You had a traumatic experience there, the bitch says. Shut up and tell me what's wrong with me, I growl. Well, Alpha Luca must have hid it in the wrong way. If it didn't heal properly, it would have really hurt you, the bitch shrugs. Can I see your scar? It goes from here, I point to the spot on my neck, pulling my shirt down a bit so it's more visible. To here. I drag my finger diagonally to the end of my opposite rib. But will you let me see it? The bitch asks. No, I shake my head. The bitch sighs. My name is Danny, by the way. I nod and stand, feeling better. I swallow down blood and rub my ribs. I walk inside and sit on the couch, staring blankly at a wall. I sing along to a song in my head out of boredom, not wanting to sing out loud. Can I see it? Selena's voice comes. I turn to look at her. Monica, Luca, and Wesley are standing with her. You can, Monica can. They can't. I point to the boys. But Luca starts. Shut up. I've never shown anyone before, so showing dogs. I just shake my head. What happened to my brain? Out. I snap at the boys. Luca hesitantly leaves and Wesley follows. Once I'm sure they're gone, I lift up my shirt. Selena and Monica gasp sharply. It only takes 30 seconds before I drop my shirt back down. That's... Monica starts. Horrid. Selena shivers. The boys walk back in from the other room. Monica is pale, and Selena is biting her lip. I didn't know scars could be that bad, Monica mumbles. I shrug and sit back down on the couch. I play with my fingers and almost growl as Luca sits beside me, but then I remember I have to be nice. Monica slides in a movie and I raise an eyebrow. You're a girl. You have to like chick flicks, Monica says. I laugh. Yes, I do like chick flicks. What are we watching? Mean Girls, Monica smiles. Yes. Maximus won't let me watch these at home. We make Caden drag him out of the house. But then we have to pay Caden back. I scrunch my nose up. Oh. Selena giggles. How do you pay Caden back? Monica asks. Doing his chores, or he doesn't let us go to Dance Mania for the week. That's hard. I shiver. Monica and Selena laugh. I glance at the TV, but I end up watching the whole thing. I get way too into movies. At one point, my scar aches, but it stops after only a few minutes. After the movie, I stand up and brush myself off. I'm hungry, I declare. Chapter 7. They brought me food. We ate pasta. Yum. Then Monica decided to play music. I smirk as Monica and Selena start dancing just for fun. I'm a dancer. A real dancer. If there's anything I'm good at, besides hunting, it's dancing. I can't sing, I can't draw. I'm not the best cook. And I couldn't skate to save my life. I can't play any instruments. Yeah, I'm pretty much useless except for dancing and hunting. Hips Don't Lie comes on and I smile. You girls gonna dance with me? I giggle. Yeah, I'll pass, Selena says. I laugh and walk over to Monica where I start moving my hips. Luca's mouth drops slightly. When the song ends, I laugh. At the next song, Selena excuses herself, and then Bring Out the Bottles comes on. Monica and I start singing along, dancing kinda silly. But when the song hits the chorus, I start popping and locking my body and dancing seriously. I haven't danced in a while. This is fun. Luca watches with a proud expression on his face. When the song ends, I strike a small pose. Where'd you learn to dance like that? Monica asks. I shrug. I'm just a natural dancer. Natural, my ass, Monica snorts. I shrug and sit back down. So, where is this nice thing going with? I ask. Just, to become our friend, Monica shrugs. I nod. Okay. So, tell us about your hunting. Why? I'm curious. I shrug. There's not much to tell. What do you want to know? Are you and your siblings called anything? Monica asks. No. But I myself, I'm the kissing assassin. I smirk. What? No way do we have the TKA in our clutches. Monica exclaims. Every rogue I've killed has been kissed by me somehow, I smirk. Hence the name. Whoa, Monica mumbles. Luca's eyes have turned black. What's got him so mad? I shrug and turn back to Monica. Any more questions? How do you normally hunt? Monica asks. I don't exactly know what you mean by that, but here, my siblings and I usually go together on missions. We set them ourselves, almost like goals. Rogues are our top priority. They can hurt people. Packs, however, we leave alone for the most part. Rogues aren't hard to catch, well, for us, I shrug. So, you aren't crazy ruthless killers? Monica asks. I snort. No. Somehow I feel everyone relax. I smile and shake my head. Of course, they were still scared I'd kill them. Of course, they feared for their pack. Finally, Monica and Wesley excuse themselves, and it's just Luca and me left in the house. So, you're a dancer? Luca asks. More or less, I reply. What's your best kind of dancing? I shrug. I dance to anything and everything. Any other sports? Nope. How about you? Do you play any sports? No. But I really like soccer. I smile. Soccer's awesome. Luca laughs, and we start talking. From soccer it shifts to other sports, and then to money, then to celebrities, then to family. Conversations go a long way. So, you never mentioned your parents. Where are they in all of this? Luca asks. My parents. I never got to meet them. I frown. What do you mean? Luca asks, knowing he's treading on delicate ground. My mom died giving birth to the twins. I was too young to remember her clearly. My dad was shot while my mom was pregnant with the twins. I swallow the lump in my throat. Luca frowns. That's horrible. Everyone has some trauma in their life, I shrug. Some just more than others. You seem so happy, Luca smiles. So, I tilt my head. Well, I mean, for someone who's been through so much, you're amazing. Luca shrugs. I giggle. Why, thank you very much. And you're childish when you're not a bitch, Luca teases. Hey. I was doing my best, bitch. Don't be rude to her. I exclaim. Luca and I exchange looks before bursting into laughter. It's so easy to be with Luca, not that I want to admit that, but it is. Seraphina, Luca starts, turning serious. I tilt my head. Yeah. Have you heard about werewolf mates? Luca asks, curiosity in his voice. Well, I know werewolves have a supposed soulmate. But that's really it, I shrug. A mate is another person who is meant to be with the person. They're made to love each other. They look after one another. Usually, the male in the relationship is overprotective and possessive. Not that the female isn't. The male is just worse for it. Mates love each other through thick and thin, better or worse. They protect each other to the death. That's deep. Luca laughs. How can you turn something so serious into something funny? 'Cause I'm me. Luca smiles at me and leans back on the couch. I look him over, and something clicks inside me. I think I might like Luca. I shake the thought out of my head. I hate him. And I always will. I'm tired. I mumble. I'm going to bed. Good night, Seraphina, Luca says softly. Good night, Luca, I sigh, walking upstairs. I change into comfy clothes since I don't have pajamas. I climb into the big bed and think about Luca until I fall asleep. Wanting to see what would happen next? Why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 8. I wake up with a groan. Today, I absolutely need to go to Dance Mania. I just have to. I roll out of bed, get dressed in clothes that are the closest to my usual ones from home, and jog downstairs. Can I go to Dance Mania? Is the first question I ask when I see Luca. No, Luca replies, bluntly. Why? I need to. You can come with me if you want. I just need my gun and I'm good. Okay. I beg. Luca seems to think about it. Okay. But I'm coming. Same with Monica and Wesley. I sigh. Fine. Whatever. Now, Lego. I exclaim. I remember the way to the pack prison, and Luca just trails behind me like a lost puppy. Why are you going to the pack prison? Luca asks as we walk down to the cells. So I can get my weapons. Duh. I reply. I look around, not too sure where they put my weapons, but I know they're down here somewhere. Good luck finding them, Luca chuckles. I don't need luck, I mutter. I look around, searching for a hidden door or something. I put all my weapons on the table, and if they never took them out of the prison, or that's my assumption, then I bet they're somewhere close. I walk up to one wall and knock. It sounds normal. I move along slowly, repeating the knocking, my ear pressed to the wall the whole time. Nothing on this wall. I move to the next wall and repeat. Then I hear it. Shallower than the normal sound. I smile in triumph. I look around the area and see a noticeable chip in the paint. I push my fingers into the obvious chip, and the secret door slides open soundlessly, revealing many weapons, old and new. Sensor hidden in the wall. Nice. I nod in approval, stepping into the room. Luca looks relatively surprised that I found it. I laugh and shake my head at his expression before looking over the weapons. I don't know which to choose, but I find the ones they took from me, and there are also older hunting weapons I haven't seen before. I choose my silenced gun, knowing if I took more than one weapon, Luca would get suspicious. I also grab a silver dagger. It's tempting. I shove it in one of my combat boots. Okay. Let's go now, I say, skipping back outside. Luca follows me again. I walk back to his house and look at his car. It's a beauty. I whistle at it before turning to him. Is anyone else coming with us? I ask. Monica and Wesley, like you suggested. Luca informs me. I nod, and in a little while, I spot Monica and Wesley walking together, holding hands. Monica is wearing skinny jeans, like me, and a crop top with a tank top underneath. I instantly assume Wesley made her wear the tank top underneath. Boys are possessive creatures. I shake my head and get into the car, in shotgun. So, Monica starts as we drive off. Why are we going to Dance Mania again? To kill rogues, I reply. Okay, Monica drawls. I've gotten restless. I whine. Okay. 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 I got it, Monica says, hands up in surrender. I turn to the window and watch the world fly by as we drive into town. We pull into an empty parking spot and walk into the always busy, day and night, Dance Mania. I smile and walk straight to the dance floor, no longer caring about the wolves that brought me here. I smell. Rogue. Yes, I can smell them. They smell vile. It's disgusting. Almost like you can smell their rejection from pack life. But by now, being a rogue hunter for so long, you get used to it. I follow the scent and find a rather good-looking rogue drinking by the bar. I whistle, and he turns his head to look at me. I stand with my hands on my hips and a smirk on my face. His eyes fill with recognition and fear. Then his gaze goes past me for a second, and fills with more fear. I'm guessing Luca's behind me. Possibly Monica and Wesley too. The kissing assassin, he swallows, looking back at me. Ah, you poor muffin, you're scared. I roll my eyes. Dang, I was hoping you wouldn't know so I could have a good makeout session and end with a good bang. I sigh, pulling out my gun. Luca growls, and his eyes go wide. Please, assassin, I'm innocent. I was kicked out of my pack. I'm just living a normal life, fitting in as a human. I laugh coldly at him. All rogues are bad. Then I remember Selena's words, so I slide my gun away again, happy that nobody else saw it. But there's a little good in all bad, I mutter, not helping but remembering my favorite symbol, the yin-yang symbol. Get your ass away before I change my mind, I snap. He runs, pushing past people and leaving the club. I sigh, that's the first time I've ever let my prey go, and it was hard. Selena would be proud, Monica informs me. I shake my head and walk away to find something else to do with my time. I can feel someone, probably Luca, following me the whole time. What do you want, Luca? I sigh, turning around once I've made it to a more private area in the club. But I'm surprised to see someone else, not Luca. Hello, kissing assassin, or should I say, Seraphina? Chapter 9. It's a man. He's standing there in all his glory. He looks to be in his mid-30s with graying brown hair and brown eyes. How do you know my name? I snap. He's human, I can tell. But the thing is, I don't often share my name with people. I very rarely do, so how does this random guy know it? Oh, Seraphina, baby, you're funny. I'm Vesper. You have the weirdest name in the history of names, I laugh. Vesper rolls his eyes. Seraphina, love, I need you to come with me. Like I'd ever go anywhere with you, I spit. Oh, I think you will, Vesper smirks. Suddenly, arms wrap around me, one around my arms and waist, the other slamming a hand over my mouth. I scream into the hand. Instantly, hunter instincts kick in. I kick behind me and the person lets go. I crouch low to the ground, closing my eyes. Vesper is here, and 3 others are close, judging by the number of breaths I can hear. I listen as they advance toward me. As soon as one's close enough, I spring up and kick, opening my eyes. I smirk as a man goes flying back, crashing into a table. I run to the dance floor. I spot Wesley and Monica dancing. I don't see Vesper, but 2 of the men chase me. I groan and turn toward them, bracing myself. The music stops and a circle forms around us as the first man tries to land a punch. I snort and easily dodge. Vesper was right, she ain't human, the man mumbles. I roll my eyes, I am human. Slowly, the men circle me, but I stay in the same spot, not turning with them. One ends up behind me and the other in front. I can hear the one behind me. I sense him trying to punch my head. I grab his wrist before he can, and as the man in front of me charges, I flip the one behind me so he lands on the charging one. They groan on the ground and Wesley and Luca appear out of nowhere. They stand protectively in front of me. Monica comes and stands beside me. You're that. How? You can't. She can't seem to form a sentence. Air. I tilt my head. How are you human, woman? Monica exclaims. I am, I shrug. I watch the 2 men get up from the ground. Luca glares at them and they run. Luca turns and hugs me, pulling me as close as he can. He buries his face in the crook of my neck and inhales a deep breath. Although it sends fire throughout my body, I stand completely frozen. What the heck? I push him away with all the strength I can muster. I stare at him, my eyes probably reading. I'm freaked out. I stand tense and frozen, watching him warily. I've never been a fan of physical contact, not even with my siblings. It makes me really uncomfortable. Monica instantly notices, while Wesley and Luca wear confused expressions, and Luca has hurt in his eyes. Seraphina, Monica says slowly. Luca was only hugging you to make sure you were okay. Just a hug. Nothing bad intended. I shiver but stay still. My eyes flick warily from Luca to Wesley to Monica. I realize now, I could have run. I could have escaped these wolves, but I didn't. Let's go back home. The words slip out of my mouth and I immediately widen my eyes. I just called Luca's house home. I mean, let's go back to Luca's, I mutter and turn on my heel, walking back to the car. The wolves follow, all their faces curious as they watch me. I get in the back of the car and lean my head against the window. Monica joins me in the back, while Luca and Wesley sit up front. The car ride is silent, an uncomfortable silence. As soon as the car stops, I jump out and head straight to my room. I sit on the bed, playing with my fingers while thinking over everything. 1. Why were those people after me? 2. Why didn't I run away when I had the chance? I sigh, lost in thought, my head leaning against the headboard. A knock on the door interrupts my musings. Come in, I say quietly, knowing whoever it is, they'll hear me, being a wolf after all. Monica walks in. She stands awkwardly by the door. Thanks, she says finally. 4. I tilt my head. For not running when you had the chance. It means a lot to us, Monica blurts before turning around and walking out of the room. I shake my head. These wolves are the weirdest wolves I've ever met. I wake up and quickly realize I must have dozed off. It's late now, around 7. I slept the whole day. My stomach grumbles. It hurts from hunger. I get up and make my way to the kitchen. I look through cupboards until I find what I want. Hot chocolate and granola bars. As I put hot water on, I munch on a granola bar. Seraphina, Luca smiles, walking into the kitchen. Luca, I mumble with a small nod. What's up? Luca frowns. Nothing, I shake my head. I take the heated water and pour it into a mug, adding a little milk to cool it down, and of course, tons of hot chocolate mix. I mix it together before taking the mug and walking upstairs. Luca follows, of course. I sigh and turn to him. Yes. Can I help you? I ask. I'm just seeing you to bed, Luca says softly. You're not my mom, I snort. Luca rolls his eyes and places a hand on the small of my back, guiding me to my room. Despite the fact I just slept half the day, I'm tired. I step into my room and Luca looks me over before looking back up into my eyes. Good night, Seraphina, he says and walks off. Good night. I whisper in return before sliding into pajama-like clothes and climbing into bed to go to sleep. Wanting to see what would happen next? Why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 10. A routine took place. Wake up. Do morning tasks. Stay away from Luca. Eat lunch. Stay away from Luca. Eat dinner. Stay away from Luca. Do night routine. Go back to bed. After about a week, Luca started going off to his alpha duties, so it became much easier to avoid him. Usually, he would make my meals, including breakfast, although I never eat it. But with him gone for lunch, he trusted my guard to make it for me. But I made lunch for both of us. My guard is a wolf named Maximus. Maximus was officially my favorite dog of all time. He was funny, cute, and like a brother. I didn't think wolves could be so human. Sure, I knew pack wolves were better than rogues, but I still hated them. Heya, Seraphina, Maximus yells as he walks in. I look up from the table and smile. Heya, Maximus. I giggle. Luca appears out of nowhere beside me. I think he's jealous of Maximus and my relationship. I mean, Maximus is the only wolf I can really be myself with. Make her lunch. She can't leave the house, Luca says to Maximus coldly. He tells him that every day, I swear. Of course, Alpha. Maximus bows his head slightly. I wanna run today, I whine. I can keep up with you wolfies too. Can I please go out? Please. Maximus will take good care of me. I really needed to get out. I feel like I haven't had direct sunlight in years. You and I can go out tonight, Luca says softly to me. But I want to go with Maximus, I retort. Luca's eyes flash with pain and anger, but it's quickly hidden by a blank look. I'll see you both tonight, Luca says quietly before leaving. So, what are we gonna do today? I smile at Maximus. What cha wanna do? Maximus chuckles. We should paint, I smirk. Where would we find paint? I dunno, let's look. We search the house up and down for paint. We finally find some in the attic. And, let me say, the attic is gorgeous. It's an art area, with canvases and paintings all over the place, drawings scattered along the walls. Luca is an artist. A great one, too. We take the paints downstairs and grab a big piece of paper. We use our fingers instead of paintbrushes and start painting. I make a sun, then a beach with lots of water. I paint the setting sun in the water. When I'm done, I go wash my hands and put my painting on the island to dry. What are you painting? I laugh at Maximus. I don't know yet, Maximus replies sheepishly. The paint on his paper is just random blobs all over the place. I watch as he makes more blobs. Hey, I know. I grab lots of pieces of paper and find some tape. I start taping them together to make one giant piece. Let's cover this in the pack's handprints. Each member has to put their handprint, or paw print, whatever, and write their name underneath. Seraphina, that's a good idea and all, but you can't leave the house, Maximus points out. I sigh and fold up the paper. We'll get to this someday, I promise. I put the folded paper in my room. I walk back downstairs and we start cleaning up the paints. We put them back where we found them before going to the game room and playing COD for the rest of the day, with the exception of taking a break to eat lunch. When Luca comes home, neither of us notices, mostly because I'm yelling cuss words at the video game. He walks into the room and his scent distracts me, so I turn to look at him. He's holding my painting, looking kind of amused. You had fun today? Luca asks. Yeah, I nod. Still up for that run? Yup. Let's go. Luca motions. Hold your horses. I gotta get changed. I walk upstairs and change from my jeans and t-shirt to black leather pants, a black tank top with my leather jacket, and of course, my combat boots. Guess who went shopping for me? Monica. She somehow figured out my style right away and went absolutely crazy buying me clothes. I have 3 hunter outfits along with a gazillion normal ones. I walk out, pulling my hair up. Let's run. We got outside, Luca shifted, and he waited for me to start. I begin with a slow jog, and Luca barely even speeds up from a walk. I smirk, thinking I'm totally going to beat him. I start picking up speed, and soon, we're both running at crazy speeds. I'd say Luca and I are pretty well-matched runners. I circle back around to the house, and I yelp when I spot a few children playing right where I'll be running in 30 seconds. I could stop and forfeit the race I decided we were doing, or I could jump. So I choose to jump. I launch myself over them and keep running. I realize we're running through the backyard of the pack house. I run faster, wanting to win this race. Finally, Luca's house comes into view. I run straight at it and crash into the wall to stop myself. I smile triumphantly. I win. I yell happily. Luca, only milliseconds behind me, whimpers and nudges me. I pry myself off the wall. I'm not hurt, I snort, sensing that's what he was trying to say. I twirl in a circle to prove my point. He disappears behind a tree and comes back out with jeans, his jeans hanging dangerously low on his hips. I lick my lips as my gaze trails over his chiseled chest. I let my eyes snap up to his perfect brown eyes. Like what you see, he smirks. I've seen better, I smirk back. He pins me against the wall. Geez, this guy is so bipolar. His eyes go black. Well, crap. You're mine, Lucas says in my ear. I freeze. I am nobody's. Then the weirdest thing happens. He starts kissing my neck. He trails kisses right down to where my shoulder and neck join. His teeth graze my skin. I shiver, not finding it in myself to push him away. I'm enjoying this. Suddenly, his teeth sink into the skin where he stopped his kisses. I scream through my teeth at the sudden pain. Luca! I gasp as he pulls away. Now everyone will know you're mine, Luca states. You bit me. You freaking bit me. His eyes return to brown, soft and sorry. Seraphina, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to. He runs a hand through his hair. I run inside to get away from this monster. I go to my room and sit there, crying. My life has turned completely upside down since I found these wolves. Or rather, when they found me. Why me? Why was I bitten? I was starting to trust these guys. Will I become a werewolf? No. Then why was I bitten? I sigh and decide to sleep on it. Some sleep would do me some good. I curl up in a ball in bed and let myself drift off to sleep. A bite on my neck, no food in my stomach, and a very jumbled mind are how I set myself to sleep. Wanting to see what would happen next? Why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 11. I wake up and immediately run to the mirror. I look at the bite mark on my neck. It's mostly healed now, but it's still there. I sigh. I hate this. I walk out of my room after getting dressed, with the intention to avoid Luca for the rest of my life. But when I step into the living room, I'm greeted by Luca, Maximus, Monica, Wesley, and Selena. Yes. I tilt my head. We need to talk, Monica says. I've gathered that. I snort. Oh, shut up and listen, Seraphina, Selena says, pushing me onto a couch. I cross my legs and wait for them to start talking. I'm waiting. I say when no one says anything. Maximus plops down beside me. Look, don't spaz out or anything, please Dee. I don't want to put up with an angry hunter right now. He uses my nickname, so maybe this isn't too serious. Fine. I'll do my best, I sigh. Remember when I told you about mates? Luca asks. I nod, looking at him half curious, half angry. Well. Just say it, I groan. You're my mate, Luca says slowly. I'm a werewolf's mate. I'm a what? Excuse me. I don't believe you. Werewolves can't be mated to humans, I say slowly. That's what my sisters told me. You're not exactly human, Dee, Maximus snorts. I glare at him in return. I can't possibly be mated to a werewolf. I hate them. They're filthy creatures. They're gross, and horrible, and dogs. But they're also funny, and kind, and loving. I groan and get up, starting to pace. I run my hands through my hair and bite my lip. I'm a werewolf's mate, I say slowly. I am a werewolf's mate. How does a werewolf hunter get stuck with a werewolf mate? I mentally panic. The werewolf hunter and her werewolf mate, Maximus muses. Shut up. I half yell at him. Sorry, Di, I didn't mean to yell. I sigh. It's okay, it's a lot to take in, Maximus says. I turn to look at Luca. I need a moment. I run from the room, running into my bedroom, closing the door, and sitting on the floor. I start crying. How could this happen to me? I started as a normal little girl. A werewolf hurt me. I set my life on killing rogue wolves. And now, I find myself with a mate who's won. I stop the tears. I don't cry. I shouldn't be crying now. I glance in the mirror to make sure I look like I haven't been crying before walking back downstairs. Luca and the others are talking in the living room. Maybe we can work this out, I say quietly, without looking at Luca. In 2 seconds flat, I'm being hugged tightly by him. Thank you, Seraphina, he says softly. I lean into him slightly, enjoying the warmth. But the happiness is shattered when I hear someone scream. I run outside and see Aria, a gun in her hand, pointing it at the pack doctor girl. Vivian, Caden, and my brother Maximus stand behind her. I mentally remind myself to introduce the two Maximus to each other after I get this sorted out. Seraphina. Maximus yells with a smile. Gosh, twin, I've actually missed you. I didn't miss you, I snort playfully. I'm hurt. Maximus feigns hurt, putting a hand over his heart. I can hear the others behind me. Caden cocks his gun, pointing it behind me. Maximus and Vivian do the same. Stop! I shriek as wolves emerge from the forest. Aria, Maximus, Caden, Vivian, put your damn guns down. Pack member people, back the heck off my siblings. These are your siblings? Luca asks. Yes. Guys, I growl at my siblings. Put your weapons away before I come over there and rip them from your hands. They reluctantly slip their guns away. All except Aria. She points the gun at Luca, and she shoots. Everything goes in slow motion as I step in front of Luca with my extra speed. Pain erupts throughout my body. Suddenly, everyone is running toward me, and I'm falling to the ground. I'm picked up and carried and poked and prodded. I close my eyes. More pain. I scream, I writhe, I claw at my body. And soon, my world goes black. I wake up, feeling pain in my stomach. I slowly open my eyes, only to see my siblings and my wolf friends crowded around me. Go away. I whine, pulling a pillow over my head. Don't say anything, Maximus. Caden snaps, addressing my brother. Seraphina, you're in a hospital, Maximus decides to say anyway. I rip the pillow away from my face and jump up, pushing my siblings out of the way. But as soon as I try to take a step, I double over in pain. I collapse onto my knees, too weak to stand. Girl, I freaking shot you in the stomach with a silver bullet, and you think you can walk? Aria asks as she helps me up. Thanks for shooting me, I say sarcastically. Your fault for stepping in the way of the bullet, Aria snaps. You were going to shoot Luca. He's a werewolf. He's my mate. Wait, what? Aria, Caden, Maximus, Vivian, you will not hurt this pack. Luca is my mate, and they were all kind to me, I sigh. So who is this other Maximus I keep hearing of? Die, my God, clears his throat. Caden, who had moved to help me stand, sets me back on the bed. I sigh, in a half-panic state. Brother Maximus, meet my guard Maximus. I introduce them. Maximus looks at Maximus and smiles. This should be fun. I'm going to call guard Maximus by his nickname all the time so there won't be confusion, I deadpan. D whines. Shut up, D. I smack him playfully. Luca finally speaks up. How are you feeling? Everyone goes silent, waiting for my answer. Besides a little weak, I feel fine, I shrug. You're such a tough cookie, Vivian giggles, ruffling my hair. Hey, not the hair. I whine. Are you and Maximus twins? Selena asks. How'd you guess? Maximus asks. Well, you two look the same. Well, besides the fact Maximus is a guy and you're a girl, Selena says. Please, I'm the one with the looks, I snort. Oh, shut up, Seraphina, we all know I'm the hot one, Maximus shoots back. You're the one full of yourself. You're the one who acts like a brat. You're the one who... Shut up. Vivian, Aria, and Caden groan. Don't you think we get enough of this at home? Caden asks. Maximus and I exchange looks. I'm still the hotter one, I smirk before glancing at my wide-eyed wolf friends. Do you two always do that? Monica asks. No. Okay, yeah, I nod. Wesley smiles, clearly amused. Selena walks over and pokes my stomach. I swat her hands away, wincing in pain. The pack doctor girl comes in. Hello, how are you feeling? Go away. I whine. It's bad enough I have to be in this stupid building. Do you want to go back to the house? Luca asks softly. I nod, and just like that, I'm picked up in Luca's strong arms. I smile and lean my head on his shoulder, despite the pain the movement caused. He carries me out of the hospital, and I can hear everyone behind us. I'm curious about the self-control it's taking my siblings not to kill anyone right now. Di, tomorrow can we watch movies all day? And eat ice cream? I ask. Di laughs. Sorry Dee, Alpha is off duty tomorrow. You get to spend some time with your mate. I glance up at Luca. But Dee, why? I whine. Luca gets all, no, you can't do this. Or, don't do that. Luca looks down at me. Because you think of the most dangerous things to do. So. I shrug. Seraphina, have you been giving the dogs trouble? Caden asks. Maybe. I giggle. Good girl, Caden smirks. I am not a dog. I shriek. Isn't doggy Seraphina the cutest little thing, being carried and all? Vivian teases. Oh, that does it. I jump out of Luca's arms, almost collapsing from pain, but I push it aside to tackle Vivian to the ground. I am not a dog. I growl. Vivian flicks my nose. Bad doggy. I heard bad dogs bite. I smirk. Vivian's eyes widen. You wouldn't. I grab her arm and bring it close to my mouth. Okay. You're not a dog. Don't bite me. Vivian screams. I jump off her and smile in triumph. I confidently walk back to the house, even though my legs threaten to give out at any second, my head pounds, and my stomach burns with pain. I push it all aside and walk into the house. I get into the house and find the stereo, turning the music up loud. As loud as I can get it. It hurt my ears, and it made the floor bounce to the beat, but I needed the distraction from life. I didn't have headphones, so I couldn't listen to my music the way I normally do. I close my eyes and rub my temples. Seraphina. Arya yells over the music. I hold my hand up in a stop motion, palm facing out. I realize they're all standing there. My siblings all know what I'm doing. I do it at home sometimes, but the wolves look clueless. I can't help but giggle. Selena is covering her ears. Right, wolves' hearing is much more sensitive. I turn the music down. Sorry, Selena, I apologize. I swear my ears were close to bleeding, Selena says, slowly uncovering her ears. I raise an eyebrow. You should see how loud I have my music when I have headphones. Doesn't it hurt your ears? Selena frowns. A little, I shrug. You're a strange one, Seraphina, Selena giggles. Why, thank you, Selena, I smile. What were you doing? Monica asks. I didn't have headphones, I pout. She likes to blast music to clear her mind. We've overloaded her tiny brain, Vivian teases. Shut up, Ollie, I snap. By the way, judging by the time we normally heal, your bullet wound should be feeling better by now. You were out for about 6 hours, Arya says. Can I take this stupid white wrap off me? It doesn't hurt that much anymore, I plead. Vivian walks over and pokes the bullet wound. Does it hurt? Ollie asks. Nope. I pop the pea. Okay, your skin would have healed by now, but the inside hasn't healed yet, Arya says. How? Wesley looks between the two. I told you, my sisters are geniuses, I state. Clearly, Monica mutters. Hey. You know what I haven't done in a while. I smirk, talking to my siblings. Gone outside. Maximus suggests. Ate chocolate. Vivian adds. Had pancakes on Sunday. Caden blurts. Worked out. Arya adds slowly. I groan. You people are so dumb. I feel my smirk grow. I haven't trained in quite some time. Chapter 12. My siblings grin too, and we make our way outside. Train? Luca asks, following us out. Selena looks at them before walking away. I wonder where she's going. Di just watches me with curiosity, while Wesley gives me a blank look. Monica has an excited look on her face, like she knows what's coming. I smile at their faces before glancing at my siblings. Twins versus twins? I suggest. Sounds good. Caden, you're out this round, Arya says. Caden rolls his eyes. 1. He starts counting. Maximus and I stand beside each other. Arya and Vivian stand beside each other. I love training. It's so much fun. 2. Caden says. We all get into position. 3. I give Maximus a look. We have our plan. Go. I use my speed to get behind the girls, so they're surrounded. Oh really? Vivian rolls her eyes. You too, Arya starts. Do this. Every single time. They finish together. You two are so creepy when you do that. I whine. They giggle, and then Arya goes for Maximus, while Vivian targets me. Maximus leaps over Arya as she goes for him and then grabs Vivian by her shoulders, pushing her to the ground. I smile and run around to Arya. I will hit you with a damn 2x4. I snap. I love taunting my siblings. Arya gives me a look. There are some around here? Looks like I'll have to use my resources, I smirk. I jump as high as I can, grabbing a tree branch. I use all my strength to yank it off, and now I have a stick-like weapon. I twirl it in circles. Arya, on the other hand, picks up rocks, and a lot of them. I groan as she starts throwing them at me, her aim spot on. I block each with my stick, some I just dodge. Maximus is out. Vivian yells happily. Maximus. I screech. You left me alone with the twins. I don't look back to see how Vivian got him out. I keep fending off Arya. Each rock she throws, I block it and take a step forward with it. Arya realizes I've gotten too close too late. I lunge and hold her on the ground for 5 seconds while fending off Vivian. Arya's out. I yell, jumping off her to face Vivian. I don't know how I'm managing all this strength with the bullet wound and all, but I don't mind not feeling pain. I actually like it. Who wants pain, anyway? Vivian starts circling me, so I stay facing one way with my eyes closed, listening to her. She approaches from behind and leaps. I bend backward, so she sails over me. She narrowly misses tackling me to the ground. I use my stick, and as she rolls to even out her fall, I quickly push her to the ground. I put the stick on her shoulders so she can't move. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I win, I say, getting off her with a smirk of triumph. Di walks over. Des, you're incredible. Okay, so Di had more than one nickname for me, but I didn't mind. I laugh. Thanks, but you know, it comes when you're the best in the family. Excuse me. Maximus growls. You, Arya starts. Did not, Vivian says. Just say that, they finish. Seraphina, you're so going down, Caden snaps. Oh shit. I mumble. Within 3 seconds, my siblings are on me. I dodge their swings and such before Caden manages to grab my arm. He starts tickling my sides, and I burst into laughter. Tea-tie, Caden. I gasp between laughs. Not unless you say you're the worst hunter ever. Vivian chants. Never. I laugh. I swear I'll lick you if you don't say it, Maximus warns. EW. That's gross, Maximus. I say, managing to grab Caden's hands and keep them away from me. Maximus just runs up and starts tickling me instead. I squirm and let go of Caden, but he grabs my wrists. Okay. I scream. I'm the worst hunter ever. Stop tickling me. They stop with smirks of triumph. I hate you for. I cross my arms. You love us, lil sis, Maximus smiles. I'm your twin for goodness sake, I exclaim. But you're younger because I came out first, Maximus snorts. I start. Seraphina, language. Aria teases. Die. My siblings are being annoying. Be a good guard and chase them away. I whine. Di laughs. Sorry, D. I like your siblings. I stick my tongue out at him. I look over at Luca and can't help but giggle at him. He's looking at me with a goofy grin that doesn't suit him very well, but at the same time, it does. I walk over and poke his cheek. Luca? He raises an eyebrow, the grin fading. Can I go to bed? I'm tired, I ask quietly. I was tired, and I can tell it's late by the way the sky is getting darker. Maximus. Werewolf Maximus. Please take Seraphina's siblings to the guest houses. They can sleep there, Luca says to Di. Got it, Di nods. Night, guys. I yawn, waving to my siblings. Thanks for coming to my rescue. Night, Seraphina, Caden chuckles. And no problem. They walk away with Di, and Luca leads me back into the house. I walk up to my room, change, and soon fall asleep. Chapter 13. I wake up and head straight for the mirror. I check the bite mark on my neck. It's mostly healed now, but it's still visible. I sigh, feeling frustrated with the whole situation. After I get dressed, I walk downstairs. I head straight for the radio because I'm in the mood for music. I find a station and turn up the volume to play Animals by Maroon 5. I smile. This is the perfect way to start my day, even if I'm stuck in a wolf house. I walk into the kitchen, surprised that Luca isn't already there. I start making breakfast for him just to keep my hands busy. Baby, I'm preying on you tonight. Hunt you down, eat you alive. Just like animals. Animals. Like animals' mouths. Baby, you think that you can hide, I can smell your scent for miles. Just like animals. Animals. Like animals' mouths. I sing quietly as I cook. I finish cooking the bacon and eggs, place them on a plate, and set it on the table. Is that for me? I hear Luca's voice, still groggy. I turn to face him. He's not wearing a shirt, just plaid pajama pants that are hanging too low. His hair is messily styled and his eyes look tired, but alert. Emmett, I nod. He smiles and walks over, kissing me on the forehead. I give him a confused look. Seraphina, have you ever been in a relationship before? Luca sighs. No, I mumble. This is going to be interesting, Luca says, more to himself than to me. Then, Moves Like Jagger starts playing, and I smile. I begin dancing around goofily while singing along. I can feel Luca watching every move, but I choose to ignore it. I slide around the hardwood floor in my socks and end up stumbling into Luca. He catches me, holding my waist. My shirt rides up a little, and my bare skin touches his hand. A rush of tingles shoots up my side, surprising me, and I stumble backwards. Luca's hands stop me from falling. Hey, it's okay, Luca says softly. I won't hurt you. What? I don't understand. I wasn't scared. Or was I? I freeze and look at him with wide eyes. He looks back with a soft expression. I know it's really early in this relationship, Seraphina, but... He trails off. But... I tilt my head, curious. I love you, Luca says. I freeze up, then run to my room and lock myself in. 3 months have passed. My siblings moved back to our house but visit often. However, I'm still forbidden from leaving. Though, I do get to go for runs, but only with Luca. After he said the L word, I grew cold towards him. It's been hard to open up to him again. And there's a part of me that feels like I'm hurting him, but I don't want to do that. I run a hand through my hair as I walk out of my room. I'm still in my pajamas, short shorts and an oversized t-shirt. My hair is probably a mess, but honestly, I feel like having a lazy day. I don't get those often. Maybe it's because I'm on my period. But whatever, I don't get lazy days often. I make my way downstairs, groggily, and turn on the TV. I plop down on the couch and lie back. Seraphina, Luca's voice asks. He walks in and sniffs the air again. You're, on my period. I know, I snap. He sighs, then walks over, gently lifting me and sitting back. He sets me down in his lap, and I tense up, like I always do at close contact. Luca gently places a hand on my stomach and rubs small circles. I can't say no because it's comforting. I stay where I am and just watch TV. At one point, I start feeling myself drift off to sleep, so I let myself. My world slowly fades to black. Seraphina is still so far. How am I supposed to mark her if she doesn't accept me? I hear Luca. I slowly open my eyes and see I'm back in my room. I'm sure she accepts you, Luca, Monica sighs. She doesn't act like it, Luca responds. She needs more time. She's been here for over 3 months. 3 months to start a relationship for a human girl? You're crazy if you think she'd just randomly say, I love you. Luca, get to know each other better. I already marked her. Luca suddenly yells. But it faded because she hadn't even known that I was marking her, let alone her accepting me. You'll get to mark her again, Luca. Thanks, Monica, Luca mumbles, and I hear them walk downstairs. I slowly get up, walk to the bathroom, do my thing, and then head downstairs. Was Luca really hurt because of me? Was I hurting him? Fuck my life, I mumble. Don't say that, Luca says from behind me. I jump in surprise and turn around. You want lunch? I nod, staying quiet. We go to the kitchen, and Luca starts making sandwiches. I glance at the clock, and my eyes widen as I realize it's 2 o'clock. I had no idea I had slept for that long. Tell me something about yourself, Seraphina, Luca says. I'm not an interesting person. There's nothing to say, I reply. I beg to differ, Luca snorts as he places a sandwich in front of me. Well, you tell me something about yourself first, I reply. Well, Luca purses his lips. I hate when girls think they're better than everyone else. I hate when boys think they know what 8 inches is. Ouch, Luca makes a face. Well, I think I do know what 8 inches is. Good. And I think there are a lot of people better than me. Luca just raises an eyebrow. I think he thinks much higher of me than I think of myself. After a few comments about each other's dislikes, I start eating the sandwich. Slowly, we start talking more. I can't help but like Luca. He's sweet, and the things he says make me feel bad for being so cold to him. We eat a light dinner before going to watch a movie. I lie on the couch while Luca does the same thing as before, and my head rests in his lap. This time, my shirt rides up, but Luca doesn't seem to care. He begins rubbing circles on my stomach, sending tingles up my bare skin. We watch the movie in silence. When it ends, Luca picks me up gently and carries me to my room. He sets me down in bed and smiles at me. Good night, Seraphina, he says softly. Night, Luca. I yawn, curl up, and fall asleep almost instantly. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting subsequent interesting daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 14. I yelp as the remote shakes in my hand, and I'm defeated once again in the game. I hate this game, I mumble, tossing the remote aside. It's not that bad, Di laughs. I'm not playing it again, I reply, crossing my arms. Just then, Luca walks in, and I grin. Hi, Luca. Hey, Seraphina, Luca chuckles. I was wondering if you'd like to meet some of the pack members. Who? I ask, tilting my head. The pups, Luca smiles. Yes, let's go. I leap up, running toward the door. I breathe in the air and follow the scent. Wait, what? I freeze. I'm. No. I refuse to believe I was tracking someone's scent. I can't. I'm human. Luca catches up to me. How did you know the pack house was this way? I shrug. Lucky guess, I lie. Luca leads me onward. We arrive at the pack house, and I step inside. The noise catches my attention, and I head in that direction. I place my hands on my hips as I see a group of people, a little younger than me. Who are you? One of the boys sneers. I narrow my eyes and growl lowly back. I won't let anyone push me around. I can feel Luca standing beside me. You don't smell like a wolf, a girl frowns. What are you? A werewolf hunter, I smile innocently. They all freeze and look at Luca. She's my mate, Luca sighs. You're Luna. The tension drops, and they all visibly relax. I can't help but giggle at their reactions. So what's the age difference? One girl smirks. Luca purses his lips. She's 19. The teens whistle, and it hits me that I never even knew how old Luca was. Luna, you know you're mated to a 24-year-old. A boy snickers. I'm mated to someone 5 years older than me. Oh my lord. I shrug it off and walk to find the kids. I hear little voices and step into a room, smiling when I see kids around 4. There are about 5 of them running around. They stop when they see me. Hi, I smile. Hello, the youngest one beams. What are you guys playing? I ask, curious. Tag. Wanna play? The only girl asks. Yes. I squeal. You're it, the oldest one says, tapping my leg. I laugh and chase them. I play with the kids all evening until supper, when Luca takes me back to our house. I like those kids, I smile as I eat dinner with Luca. I can tell, Luca chuckles. Luca, I'm sorry I went so cold on you, I mumble. It's okay. I shouldn't have said that. But I went cold for like 3 months, that's not right, I say, reaching my hand across the table to take his. I'm sorry. Luca looks surprised by my bold move. It's okay, Seraphina, he says softly. I give him a small smile before finishing my meal. I wait for Luca to finish, then carry our plates to the sink. I wash them, dry them, and put them away. I turn around and jump when I see Luca right there. You're the perfect Luna, he whispers. I blush deeply. I don't think so. Luca gently wraps his hands around my waist. Don't say that. You're the best Luna anyone could ever ask for. With that, he leans down and kisses me. I'm taken by surprise, unsure of what to do, angry, but most of all, I love it. Slowly, I close my eyes and kiss him back, wrapping my arms around his neck. Luca pulls away and looks into my eyes. You're mine, he growls lightly. I'm yours, I whisper. Chapter 15. Luca and I were getting along so well. It's been a week since we kissed, and it's honestly been amazing. I've fallen for Luca so hard. I walk downstairs and jump onto the couch next to Luca. He wraps an arm around me and smiles. How was dinner, princess? Luca asks. Don't call me princess, I growl. But dinner was nice. Good. So, what should I call you? Luca tilts his head. Anything but princess or babe, I reply. He chuckles and gives me a quick kiss on the cheek. I'm going to bed, I yawn. Nighty-night. Good night, Seraphina, Luca smiles. I get up and walk to my room, pull on a big t-shirt, one of Luca's that I took because I liked the way it smelled. I crawl into bed and let myself drift off to sleep. I sit up with a jolt. I had one of those terrible nightmares from the time I got my scar. I feel a few tears slide down my cheeks. At home, Maximus or Caden would always hug me until I fell back asleep. Now, I had no one. I slowly get out of bed and head to Luca's room. I push the door open quietly and peek inside. His figure is on the bed, his side rising and falling with each breath. He's facing my direction, and I can tell he's asleep. Luca. I whisper. He groans and blinks his eyes open. I didn't know he was such a light sleeper. What's wrong, baby? Luca asks, his voice filled with concern. I had a bad dream, I mumble. It sounds so childish now that I'm standing here in front of him. Come here. He motions me over, holding his arms out. I walk over and climb up onto the bed, which is high off the ground for me, but probably normal for Luca. I crawl over to him and lay down next to him. Luca's arms wrap around me, and I smile, forgetting about the nightmare. I stay pressed against his chest until I fall back asleep. I wake up with my eyes wide open, surprised to see a bare chest right in front of me, my hands pressed against it. Hard muscles are clearly defined underneath. The events of last night flood back into my head, and I smile. It's only Luca. I rest my forehead against his chest. Morning, beautiful, Luca says, his morning voice making me smile. Morning, handsome, I reply. You okay? I'm fine, why? Well, Luca begins, you kind of came in here last night looking terrified. Just a bad dream, I mumble. Wanna talk about it? No. I stay pressed against him. I don't want to move. He doesn't either. We remain in a peaceful silence until someone bursts into the room. You've been sleeping with someone else while I was on vacation, comes a high-pitched woman's voice. I quickly pull away from Luca and turn toward the voice. I wish I hadn't. The most beautiful girl is standing there. She's the perfect height, not too tall, not too short. Her facial features are flawless, and her bleach blonde hair falls to her shoulders. She's wearing designer clothes too. I turn to Luca, my heart burning with anger. He played me. He played me while his girlfriend was away. But more than 6 months is a really long vacation. Where had this girl been all this time? I get out of bed and stomp to my room, slamming the door behind me. I'm so close to tears, but I force myself not to cry. I don't cry. I zone out, thinking about all the moments with Luca. So they were all fake. I sit with my back against the door and pull my knees to my chest. I block out Luca's and his girlfriend's voices. I don't know how long I've been sitting there. I can't stop thinking about everything. I tune into the voices of Luca and another man. Have you found anything out about Seraphina yet? Luca asks. No. We need her DNA, the man replies. We have to figure out what she is, Luca growls. That's it. I rip the door open and march over to him. You played me like a doll. I get it now. You don't like me. You made me fall in love with a fake version of you. First, your girlfriend shows up, and then this? Everything we had, the love I felt for you, it's all gone now. Goodbye, Luca. I run. Not just any run, but my kind of running. I sprint home, where my siblings are. I burst through the door of my house and into my old room. When I hear the house is empty, I let it all out. I cry. I sob. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting subsequent interesting daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 16. I fell into a deep sadness. I couldn't stop it. I tried everything to pull myself out. I really did. But nothing worked. It hurt so much that Luca wasn't around. I missed talking to him. I missed his eyes and his hair. I missed the way he walked, his laugh. I missed his shirts. I missed his scent, his voice. I missed him. I sit, staring out my window like I often do. I sip on some hot chocolate, not really paying attention to anyone who enters my room. Seraphina, can you come with us? Maximus asks softly. I just keep staring out the window, not wanting to talk. Baby sister, please? Maximus begs. I sigh and give a slight nod. Maximus walks over, picks me up gently, as Caden and Maximus always do, not trusting me to walk anywhere on my own. They'd always carry me. Maximus takes me to his pickup truck and carefully sets me in the back. I give a small smile, the first one in a while, because I always loved riding in the back. Maximus climbs in with me, and Aria is already sitting in the back. Through the little window, I see Caden in the driver's seat and Vivian sitting in the passenger seat. Where are we going? I close my eyes and lean back as the truck starts moving. When the truck stops, I slowly open my eyes. Anger bubbles up inside me as I realize where we are. Why did you bring me here? I growl lowly. Seraphina, comes a voice I recognize. A voice I'd longed to hear for so long. I turn toward the voice. Luca, I whisper. Luca looks awful. His eyes are hollow, and his hair looks greasy. His eyes are full of sadness, and something inside me tells me that I need to make him happy again. Seraphina, I'm so sorry, he says. And just like that, I melt. I know he's sorry. I know he means it. With all the strength I can gather, I slide down from the truck and walk over to him. I look up at Luca. You're forgiven, I whisper. I can't live without him. And I know he can't live without me. Luca searches my eyes before pulling me into a hug. I gently hug him back. I pull away and glance back at my siblings, giving them a small thankful smile. We'll see you later, Seraphina. Maximus calls as Caden starts driving away. Luca lifts me up and carries me into his house. He takes me to his room and gently sets me on the bed. He sits beside me, and I rest my head on his shoulder as he softly plays with my hair. Where do you want me to start? Luca asks quietly. The girl, I say, venom filling my voice. Before I met you, Luca starts with a sigh. I thought she was going to be my mate. I regrettably slept with her and treated her nicely. She and her family have close relatives overseas, and they go to visit every 2 years for a few months. While she was away, I met you. I never wanted her again. You're the only one I'll ever want. Okay, I nod. I broke things off with her, Luca adds. Good. I smile a little. Now, about did you find out about Seraphina yet? Luca purses his lips, thinking of how to phrase it. Remember those people at the club? Luca asks quietly. Yeah, I nod, shivering at the memory. They're werewolf hunters. But they're also scientists. They experiment on the werewolves they capture. They've never come this far before, never caught my wolves. That's why I found it strange they came for you, a human. But your speed, your brother's strength, and your other brother's jumps. They aren't human. I think you and your siblings aren't really human. Luca explains. I sit quietly, taking in what he said. I'm not sure what to think or what to say. I'm not human, but of course I am. Aren't I? Then what are we? I've yet to figure that out. I sigh and nod. I'm hungry, I say, standing up. Luca laughs and takes my hand, leading me to the kitchen. I have a feeling things will get back to normal. Or at least, I hope so. Chapter 17. I'm in my room at Luca's house, sitting on my bed, feeling nervous. That's how I feel. Really, really nervous. It's our first morning together again. Should I just go downstairs and act normal, or should I do something else? I gather some courage, change my clothes, and walk downstairs. I smile when I see Luca making breakfast for himself. Good morning, Seraphina, Luca says with a smile. Good morning, Luca, I reply with a smile of my own. Did you sleep well? Yeah. How about you? Much better now that you're back. I smile at his words, feeling myself blush slightly. I missed you, Jazz, I say softly, pulling him into a hug. I missed you too, Des, he chuckles, returning the hug. Can we have a lazy day together, just talking, watching movies, and cuddling? I ask. Yes, of course. Go grab some popcorn and pick a movie. I'll join you as soon as I finish breakfast. It was a really nice day. Luca and I talked about everything. It felt so good to be sitting next to him again. I crawl into bed, thinking about what tomorrow might bring. I get dressed and go downstairs to the kitchen. I frown when I don't see Luca there. Where could he be? Luca. I call out through the house. Luca, where are you? When there's no answer, I walk to the back door and look out the glass. He's not out there either. I frown even more and head to the front door. I almost scream when I open the door. Luca is trapped in a headlock, a silver knife pressed to his temple. 2 other pack members are also held in similar ways. Beside the person holding Luca is someone I'll never forget. Vesper. The man who called me love and baby and tried to capture me. A shiver runs down my spine. Hello, love, Vesper says with a smile, and his choice of words earns a deep growl from Luca. What do you want? I snap. Let Luca go. How about this, Vesper says. If you give yourself over to me, I'll let him go. Seraphina, no, Luca growls at me. Okay. Just let Luca and my pack members go. I growl, ignoring Luca. Luca shakes his head. No, Seraphina, please. I'll be fine. Don't do it. I can't look at Luca. If I do, I know I'll break down. I'll cry. I'll apologize for wasting so much time without him. Apologize for not loving him the way he wanted me to. Apologize for everything. Because I really loved him. I wish I had shown him that more. I walk over to Vesper and finally, let myself look at Luca. I love you, I whisper, before I feel a sharp sting in my arm. And then everything goes black. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting subsequent interesting daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 18. I moan softly as I wake up. My whole body aches, but I realize I'm lying on something soft. Really soft. I slowly open my eyes and look around. I'm in a bed. A big, 4-poster bed with white sheets. The room is so bright, with white painted walls. There's nothing on them except for a white door on one side, a closet on another, and an open door leading to a bathroom. There's a window with silver bars across it, and the curtains are white too. Beside the bed, there are 2 small tables, one with a lamp, the other with a small stack of books. The room feels so empty, except for a purple armchair in the corner. It's the only color in the whole room. I sit up slowly, my head pounding. I slide out of bed, gasping when I realize I've been changed while I was unconscious. I'm wearing a dress. It's plain, pure white, with spaghetti straps, and it ends just above my knees. I shiver from the cold, as the dress is so thin. I notice white thigh-high socks too, and a chill runs through me. The room reminds me of a hospital. Everything is spotless and bright. I walk into the bathroom and find a sweater, white like everything else. I pull it on, grateful for the long sleeves. When I try to open the door, the handle burns my hand, and I pull away, whimpering from the sting. I move to the window and touch the silver bars. They sting too. I walk back to the bed and frown. Where am I? Suddenly, the door opens, and Vesper walks in. I quickly jump off the bed and stand with my arms up, ready to defend myself. He's wearing all white too, white pants, a white t-shirt, but he's barefoot. Hello, love. Did you sleep well? Vesper says with a grin. I narrow my eyes at him, keeping my face blank. I stare at him without saying anything. Are you wondering where you are? Vesper asks, his lips curling into a small smirk. You're at my house. My mind starts racing. How did I get here? Where is Luca? Why do I feel so strange? Vesper walks over, and I back up until I hit the wall. He steps closer, pressing himself against me. Are you cold, love? I have no desire to hit him, which worries me. In fact, I feel like a scared little girl who just wants to run to her mom. We gave you a drug so it would calm you in situations like this, Vesper explains. We can't have you shifting on us. Shifting. What does he mean? I feel so confused. I whimper and press myself harder into the wall. Only Luca should get this close to me. What's even stranger is that I don't want to talk. You must be wondering why you're here, Vesper continues, though I hadn't even thought about why I was here yet, only where and how I got here. Well, Seraphina, you're half werewolf. I just stare at him blankly, still stuck between him and the wall. There's never been a half werewolf before you and your siblings. Humans and werewolves never loved each other like that, to make half-breeds. But for the first time ever, it happened, and you and your siblings were born. Now, you must be wondering why we chose you, of all your siblings. Well, you're the only one with a mate. We, the RS, researching the supernatural, have been following you ever since you became famous as hunters, Vesper explains. I try to process everything he's saying. I've been stalked ever since I became a famous hunter in the werewolf world? Because you're the one the RS wanted, I said I'd help, but only on one condition, Vesper smirks. You get to be mine. And with those words, he walks out, leaving the door open behind him. I sit back on the bed and begin to cry. I want Luca. I need him so badly. My heart aches, wondering where he is and why he hasn't come to find me. A woman in nurse clothes walks in with a few others, one of them pushing a hospital bed. Panic floods me. I run to the corner of the room like a scared animal. Go away. I scream at them. One of the men steps forward with a needle, and although I flail about, pushing and kicking, the calming drug they gave me earlier has worn off, and I'm no longer numb. He manages to stick the needle in my arm, and soon, I slip into darkness again. I wake up in the same white room, in the same white dress and socks. This time, though, my side hurts a lot. I slowly get up, wincing in pain, and go to the bathroom. I lift my dress and see stitches on my side. They operated on me. I frown, my heart sinking. I drop the dress and pull the sweater on again before going back to the bed. I don't have the strength to escape right now. I don't think I could even if I tried. I lie back down, feeling the emptiness of the room. There's nothing here to do. It's impossible to tell how much time has passed in this white room, but I know it's been a few days, maybe a week or two. I tried escaping, but the door won't open, and no matter what I do, it stays locked. I even tried breaking the bed to make a weapon, but when I passed out, the bed was fixed, and nothing worked. There's no way out. I sit in the corner of the room, the place I've come to be most comfortable in. The door opens, and Vesper walks in. I growl at him. Whatever drug they gave me doesn't stop the anger I feel toward him. He steps forward, and before I can fight back, he picks me up easily. I flail and kick, but he doesn't seem to care. He places me back on the bed and pins me there by lying on top of me. You're mine now, okay, love? Vesper asks, his hands roaming over my body before sliding under my dress. I squirm beneath him, only Luca is allowed to touch me like that. He leans down, kissing me, but I keep my mouth closed. I feel disgusted, like I'm going to throw up. But when he grabs my breasts, I gasp, and he takes the opportunity to push his tongue into my mouth. Get off me. Please. Luca, save me. I don't want this. The thoughts swirl in my mind as my dress is ripped off, leaving me in only my undergarments. Suddenly, a loud crash of furniture sounds outside the door. Vesper doesn't stop. In fact, he moves faster, pulling off his shirt. He kisses down my neck, and his hands go behind me, undoing my bra. I scream in protest, pushing at him, tears beginning to fall. As Vesper pulls my bra off, the door slams open, and a naked Luca bursts in. One glance at the situation, and he shifts into his wolf form, attacking Vesper. I silently thank any higher force out there and quickly start putting my clothes back on. I quickly realize that Vesper is winning. Luca looks exhausted from fighting whatever he had to fight downstairs. Vesper's wolf pins Luca down, and I watch in horror as he prepares to bite into Luca's neck. But then, something inside me snaps. Pain surges through me, and everything around me turns red. Black paws, black fur, sharp claws. I'm attacking Vesper. But before I can land the final blow, Vesper escapes. I turn to look at Luca, who's shifted back and looks at me in shock and concern. Luca. I think to myself as my world goes black again. Chapter 19. I groan as I wake up, my whole body aching. It feels like I've done the hardest workout ever. I realize I'm lying on something soft, a bed. I blink my eyes open, trying to focus, and remember. Then it hits me, like a slap to the face. Vesper, Luca, saved. Wolf, blackness. I snap my eyes open wide and take a quick look around. I'm in a hospital room, alone. I'm lying in a bed, wearing a hospital gown. My hair is down, and it feels like someone washed it while I was out. Slowly, I push myself up into a seated position. I glance around the room. There's a TV in the corner, and I smile. I grab the remote, turn it on, and tune into a music station. I crank up the volume as high as it can go and rock my body to the rhythm. Someone walks into the room, and I glance at them. "You're awake," the woman exclaims, sounding surprised. "Yeah." I respond, trying to push away the images of the terrible hospital memory. "You shouldn't have the music so loud," she says as she moves to turn it down. "No, don't. Please." I plead, not wanting the music to stop. "It's the only thing keeping me grounded." "Of course, Luna," she says softly. "Luna?" I question, not understanding. "You're our Luna," she explains. "It's what we call you." I know, I mumble, but I really would rather just be called Seraphina. "The Alpha will be here soon," the woman says, like she's trying to comfort me. "Luca," I exclaim, excited. She smiles and nods. "He'll be here shortly." Shortly was an understatement. No sooner had she said that, Luca entered the room. The moment we locked eyes, he was beside me, faster than I expected, and he kissed me. I kissed him back without thinking. Being with him again felt so right. "Hey, Alpha, she needs rest. Get off her, or you'll hurt her even more," the woman yells at us. Luca groans and pulls away reluctantly, his eyes dark with longing. I don't look away from him as the woman walks over. I don't want to be apart from him again, not after everything that happened. "Do you know what you did, Seraphina?" the woman asks softly while she checks on the machines around me. "What?" I ask, a little confused. "You had your first shift," Luca says, keeping his gaze locked on mine. I what?" I'm puzzled. My memories of being rescued are unclear, just flashes. Vesper. Luca. Saved. Wolf. Blackness. That's about it. "Your first shift is a big deal when you're in a pack," Luca continues, explaining gently. "It usually happens when you're 14, 15, or 16, depending on your genes. But you're half werewolf. You don't have all the abilities like us, so you didn't shift at the usual time. We did some research while you were unconscious," Luca adds with a small laugh at my confused face. "You and your siblings are the first of your kind, so figuring all this out wasn't easy. For a half-werewolf to shift, they need a mate. The mate helps unlock many things for the half-werewolf, even your wolf side. But you won't have all the werewolf abilities. You get our speed. Your strength, sight, and smell aren't like ours. You get speed though," Luca finishes explaining. "What color am I?" I ask, curious. Luca chuckles. "You're white, with a brown tail." I nod slowly. "How do I shift again? And what is my wolf?" "Can I please take her home?" Luca asks, his tone a little pleading as he looks at the lady. "I'd rather talk to her there where she's comfortable." I can feel the tension building inside me, and the flashbacks start to press at my mind. I need to get out of here now. The woman thinks for a moment, her lips pursed. "All right," she says with a nod. Luca smiles and lifts me into his arms effortlessly. I rest my head against his chest as he walks out of the room and heads toward the door to the pack house. Our house now. Are my siblings okay? I ask quietly. Yes, they're fine, Luca assures me. Do you think they'll find mates too? I ask, genuinely curious. Luca smiles. I think they will. I feel so tired for some reason, so I allow myself to drift off in his arms. I wake up in my room in Luca's house. I can't help but smile. Everything around me feels so familiar. I slowly slide out of bed, still wearing the hospital gown. I change into some clothes I like, leather leggings and a white t-shirt. My body still aches, but the pain is easing up. I glance at the clock on the nightstand. It's 9:38. I look out the window and see the morning light pouring through. I head downstairs to find Luca eating breakfast. I smile when I see him. Luca, I say happily. He turns and smiles back at me. He gets up, putting his plate in the sink, and walks over to me. He pulls me up the stairs and into his room, where he sits me on the bed before sitting down beside me. How long was I gone? I whisper, our faces just inches apart. A month, Luca says, his voice quiet. I nod slowly. Did I miss anything? No, Luca promises. Good, I say, and without another word, I close the distance between us and kiss him. He quickly kisses me back, gently pushing me onto the bed. His hands rest on my waist, but I shift uncomfortably. It's only been a moment before he pulls away. What's wrong? Luca asks, his voice filled with concern. When I was there, I say weakly, they did surgery on my side. I lift up my shirt to show him the scar, and it also reveals the scar I got from the wolf a long time ago. He traces both scars gently. I'm not perfect, I murmur. I'm sorry. Luca growls softly. Don't you ever say that. You are perfect. Perfect the way you are. You have nothing to apologize for. I look at him, wide-eyed. Fine. So, I believe you were asking how to shift, right? Luca smiles. Yeah, I nod. Okay, it's simple. Imagine yourself as a wolf. Picture what your wolf looks like. Focus on that, and then you'll shift. Will it hurt like the first time? I wince at the vague memory. No. The first shift is always the hardest. It won't hurt this much, I promise. Okay. But I don't want to shift now, I mumble. That's fine, Luca says softly. I know you don't eat breakfast, but I'm sure it's been a while since you've eaten. Want to come down and have something? Yes, please. I smile and skip downstairs, saving the rest of my questions for later. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting subsequent interesting daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 20. Did I mention Luca's last name? Oh, I think I forgot to. His last name is Hale. Got it. Okay. Cries because of the fault in our stars. Can I run faster in wolf form? I ask curiously. Not much, Luca replies. Can I get stuck in wolf form forever? I ask. No, Luca chuckles. Will I ever shift without meaning to? Maybe. Can my eyes turn black too? Probably. Why does it hurt to shift? I think that's self-explanatory. Do I need to carry clothes with me all the time now? Yes. I've been asking questions one after another. Luca seems to be holding back laughter at how little I know. It's funny how much I understand, but at the same time, how much I don't know. It's honestly very annoying. Suddenly, I feel this weird urge inside me, like something's trying to push to the front of my mind. I frown, feeling like I'm fighting with my own mind. What is this? Control. I'm confusing myself. Seraphina, look at me, Luca says softly, gently taking my face in his hands. He holds my cheeks and looks into my eyes, a knowing expression on his face. Your wolf is trying to take over, Luca explains. How do you know? I frown, still confused. Your eyes. They keep flickering between black and normal, Luca chuckles. I don't like her, I say, referring to my wolf. You like her, you just don't know it yet, he says with a grin. I huff in annoyance and mutter something under my breath. Luca raises his eyebrows at me and then pulls me outside with him. I frown as he leads me. What are we doing? I tilt my head. Going for a run, Luca smiles. He guides me behind a tree, then does the same for himself, but close enough to where I can still see him. He strips down, and I turn away, respecting his privacy. When I glance back, he's shifted into his massive wolf form. I smile a little as he pads over and nudges me. Wait, you want me to do the same? I blink, unsure. His big wolf head nods. Hesitantly, I start to strip down. Luca looks away out of respect, understanding I don't want to be seen. I focus on my wolf form and scream through my teeth as my bones shift and reposition themselves. Once I'm on all fours, I look up at Luca. He's still bigger than me, but I know I'm a big wolf, especially for a female. I shake off the lingering pain. Luca gently nudges me forward. I start walking in a random direction. He follows behind but nudges me again. Does he want me to run? I start picking up speed until I'm running full throttle through the forest. Luca runs beside me, and I notice he's struggling to keep up. That makes me push myself even faster. The freedom of it feels amazing. Suddenly, I stop. Something doesn't smell right. I whimper and flatten my ears against my head. The familiar scents have faded, replaced by an unfamiliar one. I realize I've outrun Luca, and I have no idea where I am. I lift my head and howl, but it gets cut off when another wolf slams into me. Instantly, I'm on high alert. This wolf, one I don't recognize, is on top of me, growling down at me. Oh no, not today. Using my hind legs, I push him off me. I growl loudly and stand up. The wolf growls back. Power radiates off him, but I'm not backing down. I stand taller, and he charges again. I dodge his attack, and the fight begins. Paws, claws, and teeth. It ends with me pinning the bigger wolf to the ground, growling continuously. I'm about to end it, but I hesitate. Luca, now in human form, appears wearing only basketball shorts. His eyes are black. Oh no. Seraphina, get off him, he says softly, before growling at the wolf beneath me. I step off the wolf, and he stands, shaking himself off. I growl at him, and he snarls back. Another growl from Luca silences him. Ronan, go shift, Luca commands. As I pad over to him, I see his anger is still simmering. I nuzzle his hand, and he gently strokes my head. Ronan retreats behind a tree and returns wearing shorts. What is she doing on my territory? Ronan growls. And who is she? She doesn't smell like any pack I know. That's because she's new. She's my mate. How dare you attack her? Luca yells, stepping closer to Ronan. Suddenly, it hits me. I crossed onto another pack's territory. I shift back into human form, only to realize I completely forgot that we shift back naked. Before I can feel too awkward, Luca is right in front of me, pulling me into his arms. What are you doing? Luca growls. I forgot, I snap back at him. I don't like when he growls at me. Shift back. Only I get to see you like this, Luca growls. I huff in annoyance and shift back. Sorry, Alpha Hail. I didn't know she was your mate, Ronan mumbles, looking down. At that moment, another wolf enters the scene. He's clearly the alpha of the other pack. He shifts and I turn away as he puts on some shorts. What's the meaning of this, Alpha Hail? The other alpha asks, his voice harsh. My mate doesn't understand werewolf ways yet. She accidentally crossed onto your pack's border, and your beta attacked her. Luca exclaims. I huff and sit down, feeling bored and annoyed. It is not our beta's fault, but her own, the other alpha says, making Luca growl in frustration. He's right, I sing-song in my mind. Suddenly, the strange urge comes back. It's like something inside me is fighting for control. I whimper and paw at my head and snout. I don't like when this happens, but this time, it's stronger. It's harder to keep it back. Seraphina, you can let your wolf take over. I doubt she'll do anything bad, Luca says softly, watching me with a pained expression. I hesitantly let the urge take over. It felt like I was being pushed to the back of my mind, and someone else was taking control. My wolf. I still didn't like her. She nudged her nose into Luca's side, and I growled inside. I wanted control, but she fought back. I understood what my wolf wanted. She wanted to run. So, I let her. She bolted off, sprinting away from the men, heading back to our territory. She ran around, releasing some energy I didn't even know I had. Luca didn't try to follow. We were much too fast for him. We leapt over a fallen log and let out a joyful howl. It felt so good, and maybe, just maybe, I liked her. As we turned to head back to Luca, we put on an extra burst of speed. We howled again, our excitement filling the air. We raced back to where they were, but they were gone. We followed their scent, never slowing down. The wind rushed through my fur. Suddenly, we reached a group of werewolves, but we didn't stop. We dodged past them and slid to a halt next to Luca, who was on the other side of the crowd, talking with the other alpha. I could feel the excitement in my eyes, my tongue hanging out of my mouth as I panted from the run. Luca glanced over, amused. Did you have fun? I nodded, my big wolf head bouncing up and down. The beta who had attacked me earlier handed me some clothes. I padded behind a tree, wincing as I shifted back, the pain still lingering. I quickly changed into black leggings and a sparkly red shirt, then ran back to Luca. Did you see how fast we went? I bet we're the fastest wolves ever. No one could beat us in a race. I exclaimed, bubbling with excitement. I'd never been so cheerful before, but I had to let it out somehow. Yeah. Luca chuckled. And we went even faster on the way back. I squealed. I want to do that every day. I've never seen you this happy, Luca mused. I shrugged. I like her now. I tapped my head, referring to my wolf. She was amazing. Luca kissed my cheek and wrapped his arm around my waist. Seraphina, this is Alpha Thorn Briggs and his beta Ronan Cedars. Thorn, Ronan, this is my mate Seraphina, Luca introduced us. Hello, I smiled. Nothing could ruin my good mood now. Is this your pack? I tilted my head, noticing the people scattered around the yard. Yes. We're having a barbecue. Would you like to join, Seraphina? Alpha Briggs asked. Hey, this is the pack I killed the bad alpha in, I said, recognizing a few faces. You're the kissing assassin. Alpha Briggs asked, surprised. I nodded. I kill the rogues and the bad wolves, leaving a kiss on everyone. Well, you obviously can't live up to that title now, Ronan mused. Your mate wouldn't agree to it. But I must thank you, our other alpha. Ronan shivered. I shrugged. I'll take you up on that barbecue offer, I said, smiling. And soon enough, the barbecue was in full swing. Music played, people were talking and laughing. Everyone seemed to know everyone, and I was introduced to so many people. This wasn't even my own pack. Luca stuck close to me most of the time. Until I decided to dance. He refused, so I danced alone. Well, not exactly. Children came and danced with me. I smiled and did silly moves with them before we were all called to eat. I grabbed a hamburger and sat next to a girl who radiated power, like an alpha. I tilted my head. Are you the Luna? She smiled. Yes. My name's Ilara. Chapter 21. Luca, can we go for a run? I asked, sounding excited. The only time I felt this excited was when we went for a run. Or more accurately, when I went for a run since Luca could never keep up with me. Yeah, I was going to head to Thorns. We're going to renew the treaty, Luca informs me. I get to see Alara. I squeal and grab his arm, pulling him toward the woods. I dart behind a tree and quickly take off my clothes, tying them around my ankle before shifting into my wolf form. It doesn't hurt anymore. I step out from behind the tree, seeing Luca already shifted into his wolf form. I wag my tail in excitement, and then, without waiting, I dash off. I race through the forest, letting my wolf take the lead in my mind. Together, we fly through both our territory and thorns. Eventually, I reach Thorn and Alara's house. I duck behind a tree and shift back into my human form, putting my clothes back on. I walk into the house, heading to the living room. As usual, I just invited myself in. Luca follows, but then he makes a face. What? I tilt my head, curious. We need to come back another time, Luca chuckles, slightly embarrassed, as he takes my hand and leads me back outside. Why? I whine as he pulls me toward the border. Because we came at a bad time, he explains simply. What do you mean? Alara and Thorn were busy. How? What were they doing? Mating. Oh gods, ew. I make a disgusted face. Luca looks over at me and raises an eyebrow. Are you saying it'd be gross to make love to me? No, that's not what I meant. I blush a little. Luca laughs and kisses my cheek before we walk back home in a comfortable silence. When we arrive, I flop down on the couch. I try to figure out what to do since I can't hang out with Alara. We'd become really good friends after the barbecue. Our packs are becoming stronger allies now, and we would share a piece of land. Alara could come onto our land at any time, and I could go to theirs. Of course, we also had guards assigned to us, though I usually didn't take them. I talked to my siblings about being a werewolf, or at least half of one. Maximus was still a bit hard on himself. He kept blaming himself for us being half-wolves and having killed so many rogues, our own kind. What are you thinking about? Luca asks, interrupting my thoughts. Just what we should do today, I shrug. Luca nods before sitting next to me. I have a question. I begin. Yes. I know there's something called a pack mind link. If I'm your mate, shouldn't I have the link too? I mean, I'm the Luna, I need to be able to communicate with the pack too, I ask eagerly. If you were a full werewolf, with my mark, you would have gotten a private link with me. You'd also feel my emotions and my pain. But, you're only half of one. I think we have to finish the mating process for it to open, Luca explains calmly. How do we finish it? I ask, confused. Luca licks his lips. We make love. Wait, sex is how you finish the mating process? How did I not get that? Wow, I'm so stupid. You're not stupid. I am. I mean, it's called the mating process. That should have clicked earlier. I sigh and stand up, walking upstairs. How could I have been so oblivious? I walk into my room and crawl onto the bed, burying my face in a pillow. I still had my room because it was my space for solitude. If Luca was ever getting on my nerves or if I needed to calm down, I'd go here. Luca wasn't allowed in my room. He knew it was my quiet place. Hey, wanna come to our room? Luca asks from the doorway. We can watch a movie if you want. I lift my head from the pillow to look at him. What movie? We could watch an episode of Bones. Yes, please. I grin, sliding out of bed and heading to our room. I climb onto our bed, sitting on my side, the side I claimed. Luca sits beside me, wrapping an arm around my shoulders. I love days like this when we just relax, watch TV, and eat junk food. We watch one episode before I decide I don't want to watch it anymore. Let's do something else, I huff. I'm bored and hungry. Like what? Luca asks, curious. I don't know. I shrug. Luca chuckles and moves his hand to my shoulder, massaging it slowly. I turn so my back faces him, and he continues massaging both of my shoulders. You're tense, love, Luca whispers in my ear, his breath tickling my neck. I'm always tense. I reply flatly. His hands trail down playfully, moving to my waist. He picks me up easily and turns me around, setting me down so I'm straddling him. What are you doing, mister? I giggle. Fooling around with you, Luca replies with a little smile, rubbing my nose with his. I pinch his cheeks lightly, pulling on them while he makes faces, making me laugh. You're cute. No, I'm handsome, Luca replies, a lopsided grin on his face, making me laugh again. He leans up, kissing me sweetly, and I kiss him back. I wrap my arms around his neck, while his hands trail down my sides. He slides a hand under my shirt, resting it on my tummy. It makes me shiver, and he smiles against my lips. He flips us around, pulling my shirt off. His eyes roam my bare stomach, making me self-conscious. The scar is almost fully visible now, and I'm afraid he won't want to look at it. Even though he already told me it was fine, I still didn't like it. Luca gently traces the scar with his finger. You're so beautiful. You're so unique, he says, leaning down to kiss me again. I blush and kiss him back. He pulls away and looks at me. Are you a virgin? Luca asks, tilting his head. I blush a little more. Yes. He lets out a soft growl of approval. Good. You're mine. I'm yours, I reply, leaning up to kiss him back. We end up in a heated make-out session, me taking his shirt off. Are you sure you want to do this? Luca asks, looking at me seriously, though his eyes are dark with desire. Yes, I whisper. I lie weak beside Luca, my head resting on his chest as he plays with my hair. Can you feel it? Luca asks. Feel what? I frown. This. Luca says through the opened mind link. Yes, I reply, surprised at how easy it was to connect. I can kind of read your mind now, love. So be careful what you think. I let out a half laugh at that, though I feel exhausted. I close my eyes, ready to sleep. Good night, love, Luca whispers, rubbing my back as my tired body lets me fall straight to sleep. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting subsequent interesting daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 22. I step outside, heading to visit Elara. But then, Luca appears behind me, grabbing my arm. They're already on their way here, love, he says, turning me around. Oh, I mumble. How are your legs? Luca teases. When I woke up, I could barely walk, which had never happened to me before. I was freaking out a little, but Luca stayed in bed with me until I could walk again. He told me it was because of the lovemaking the night before, and he was sorry he hurt me. I didn't really understand what he meant until I saw the bruises above my hips. He said my body wasn't used to werewolf strength, so that's why I got hurt. Fine, I huff in reply. Not only were there bruises, but my head also hurt. It was hard blocking out the Pax conversation, and I had accidentally been letting thoughts slip to Luca because his link was so much harder to block. Luca walks over and lifts up my shirt, checking the bruises. Do they hurt? No, I shake my head. I don't really feel them. I watch him trace his fingers along them, and he frowns. I gently push his hand away, and he sighs, letting my shirt fall. I'm sorry, love. I didn't mean to hurt you, Luca says. It's fine. It was an amazing night, I smile. He smiles back. Elara walks in with Thorn following her. I laugh and run over, giving Elara a hug. She scrunches up her nose before her eyes widen. You did it, she squeals. What? I frown. Thorn, can you smell it? Elara giggles. Yeah, he chuckles. What smell? I don't smell anything, I whine. You and Luca finished the mating process. Elara beams. You can smell that? I frown, furrowing my brow. Your scent is mixed with mine now, love, Luca explains. I nod slightly. So I smell different to them? Weird. Can it come off? I tilt my head. Luca looks a bit hurt, sighs, and shakes his head. No. Okay, I nod. Hey Missy, you and I have some shopping to do, Elara says. I nod. We had agreed to go shopping next time we met up. We had been once before, and it was strange because Elara and I were complete opposites. But we seemed to get along fine. Are the boys coming? I ask, glancing at Luca and Thorn. If they want, Elara shrugs. Luca nods. Please. You two aren't going to the mall without us, or at least a guard, Thorn scoffs. I let out a low growl in his direction. I can take care of myself. Elara slaps me in the face, and I give her a look. I will tackle you, I warn. Okay. I won't do it again. Elara raises her hands in surrender. Let's go. I grab my purse from the front table and head to the car. I slide into the driver's seat with Elara in the passenger seat, forcing the boys into the back. I turn on the radio, and Habibi comes on. Habibi lay, Habibi lay, Habibi lay 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 lay. I sing along as I drive. I need you love, I need your love, I need you love. Elara sings the next part. I smile over at her, speeding down the road like the maniac driver I am. Hey, I like going fast. Besides, my car is fast, so why not make use of it? We get to the mall in no time, and I park as close as I can. We all get out and walk into the huge building. Anything you looking for in particular? Elara asks me. Yeah. A few new bras and lots of new underwear, I reply with a small snort. Elara laughs. Me too. Victoria's Secret first? Or La Senza? Ooh, or Aerie. I really like Aerie, I say, trying to make the boys uncomfortable, though being completely honest. Let's save Aerie for last since it's my favorite too. Let's go to Victoria's Secret first. Elara giggles. I smile and walk into the mall, heading straight for that store. What size are you? I ask Elara as I look for my own. 34C, she replies absent-mindedly while standing on her tiptoes to look at a cheetah print bra. I nod. And you? She asks. 32D, I reply. I hate being a 32 because I find it's the hardest to find. You're a 32? Lucky. That means you know you're smaller around, Elara snorts. I roll my eyes and glance at some lingerie. I give Elara a look, and we share a knowing smile. I find a piece for myself, a black one, and then hand a red one to Elara. We also keep the original pieces we picked out that weren't lingerie. We head to the fitting rooms, both of us wearing little smirks. I try everything on before slipping into the lingerie. Elara, you ready? I whisper to her. Yup, she giggles. Luca. I call, knowing he'd hear me. Come here. Thorn. You too. Elara calls. What's wrong, love? Luca asks from outside. I step out. Do you think this is too big? I bite my lip to keep myself from laughing at his reaction. I glance around him and notice a boy working there. I smirk inwardly and motion him over. He walks over and tilts his head. Yes. Does this look good? I frown, looking at myself in the mirror. I don't know if it suits me. I put my hands on my hips. Luca is inwardly fuming. It looks fine. Now change back into your clothes, he snaps, pushing me into the changing room and closing the door. I smirk and quickly change. I walk back out where Luca had been waiting, and he holds out his hand. I take it, and he brings me to the register. I pay for my things, excluding the lingerie, before we walk out of the store. Luca takes my hands as we wait for Elara and Thorn. What was that for? Luca hisses angrily. I shrug. Just wanted to see you jealous. Luca gives me a look of annoyance, and I stick my tongue out at him. He chuckles. You know, that guy was checking you out. He shouldn't be allowed to work there if he checks the girls out while helping them. I shrug again. I really don't care. If I can walk around in a bikini at the beach, I can walk around in lingerie whenever I want. If guys check me out, that's not my problem. Ilara and Thorn walk out, Thorn looking just as mad as Luca. I smile a bit, and Ilara walks over. Where to next? She asks. By the time we get home, it's already past lunch and nearly dinner. We spent most of our time at the mall, just hanging around and trying on silly things. Ilara and Thorn have to head home, so I wave them off as they leave. I walk over to Luca and hug him tightly. I feel strange. I still haven't met the whole pack. I also haven't met his parents. I want to, but I'm scared. Vesper is still out there. And then, it clicks in my mind. Luca! I exclaim, pulling away. What if he takes one of my siblings? If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting subsequent interesting daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 23. Seraphina's Point of View. Before I even realize it, I'm out the door and have shifted. I'm running as fast as I possibly can, pushing myself harder to get to their house. I can feel the speed building as I run. I know Luca is trying to keep up, but it's no match for me. So that's why my siblings never called or visited. That's why. If they're captured, I don't know what I'll do. I get to the house and shift back, not caring about being naked. The door is hanging on just one hinge, broken open, and the windows are shattered. I hesitate for a moment before walking in. I scream their names into the silent, ruined house. And the loudest one? I scream Maximus's name. Where is my twin? I find a note on the wall, written in blood. You realize too late. I break down into tears, dropping to my knees. He got here before I did. But I did realize too late. Luca walks in, pulling shorts on. He slips his shirt over my head before pulling me into a hug. My legs feel like jelly, and I can barely move. He took my siblings. I have to find them. I just have to. I cry into Luca's chest, frustrated with myself. I should have realized sooner. I clench my fists in anger. I don't know what I feel right now. It's a mix of rage and sadness. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to find my siblings. I want all my weapons, I growl at Luca. I've been snappy and rude to everyone, but it helps calm my anger a bit. Luca nods and opens the hidden room in the Pax prison. I walk in and grab everything I'll need. I hide knives all over my clothes and strap my 2 pistols at my hips. I also find swords and take those, strapping them across my back. I'm ready to kick some werewolf butt. I'm wearing combat boots, leather leggings, a spaghetti strap, and my black leather jacket. My gloves are on too. I've been wearing black ever since I can remember. Maybe I'll stop when they invent a darker color. I walk out and pull my hair up. Luca looks me over. Is this how you always dressed for hunting? Minus the swords, yeah, I nod. You look kinda badass. He laughs. I was gonna say sexy, but badass works too. I smile slightly, but it quickly fades. Come on, we need a map of the land. Luca grabs my arms and pulls me toward him. Seraphina. He buries his face in the crook of my neck. Can you at least sleep tonight? You've been stressing and crying all day. You need to relax. Some of his words come out muffled, but I sigh. It could be too late tomorrow. If I wait, I could be too late. But then again, I have to calm down. If I go to kill now, my judgment will be clouded by anger. I sigh. Okay, I whisper. Luca smiles and lets me go, though he keeps holding my hands as he pulls me to the house. We get to our room, and he pulls out pajamas for me. I take everything off and neatly set them down so that in the morning I can put my clothes on easily. Luca's eyes trail over my body, and I blush, quickly pulling the shorts and tank top on. I've seen you naked before, love, Luca teases. I roll my eyes and climb into bed. Soon, Luca joins me. Get some sleep, Seraphina. We're going to find your siblings tomorrow, Luca says softly. His scent and his arms around me calm me down, and I sigh. I force myself to fall asleep. I wake up early and quickly change. Luca seems to be up already, and I walk downstairs. He's sitting on the couch, looking at a map. Hey, I say softly. Let's go to the place I was kept first. See if we can find anything. Luca nods and stands up, walking over to me. For a half werewolf, you're really strong. I already know that, I snort. No. Not just physically, mentally too, he says, taking my hand and walking out. He calls a few more wolves, and we drive to the building where I was held. When I see it, I frown. I hate this place. It looks so empty. I get out of the car and walk toward the building, Luca right beside me. Both of us are ready for anything. His men are either shifted or in human form, walking behind us. I push the door open, holding one of my guns up. We need every room searched, I say through gritted teeth. Instantly, the wolves split up, heading in different directions. I smile and walk to the room I was kept in. I try the door, and it's locked. I step back and kick the door 3 times before it finally falls open. I gasp when I see Aria. I run over and drop to my knees beside her. Her brown hair sticks to her face, greasy, her body scratched, and her face sunken. Her breath is slow but steady. I pick her up gently and carry her out of the building. I place her in the back seat of my car, sitting with her while Luca drives us home. I had a feeling the rest of my siblings weren't in that building, but the wolves will keep searching the rooms. When we get home, I take Aria to the pack doctor, laying her down on an empty bed. I watch silently as the doctor works. Luca holds my hand. I push back all the terrible memories of the hospital to stay with Aria. She's hurt badly, and I won't leave her side. Luca's point of view. Seraphina's entire demeanor shifted when she realized her siblings had been taken. She became the cold, distant girl she was when I first met her. Although this time, she wasn't quite as rude to me. Her focus was on her little sister. Aria or Vivian, I wasn't sure which one it was. Did she tell me which sister this was? If she did, I wasn't paying attention. Her sister looked terrible. Her brown hair was dirty, sticking to her body. Sweat covered her, and her clothes were torn in different places. She wasn't the polished person they had kept Seraphina as. Hey, look at me, I say softly, turning Seraphina's head to face me. She's gonna be okay. I feel her hurt, anger, and worry through the bond. It washes over me like a tidal wave, and it pains me to know Vesper caused all of this. I want to tear him apart piece by piece. Seraphina stares at me for a little while before breaking down in tears. I pull her to me, rubbing her back as I hold her close, her tears soaking through my shirt. Is the Luna okay? A random pack member asks me. When the link was opened, everyone was introduced to her. Well, to her mind. They know they have a Luna, but most of them haven't met her yet. I'm holding off the meeting because Seraphina isn't ready for that. She has her siblings to find first. I don't know, I reply honestly, knowing they can feel my exhaustion through the link. I haven't slept at all, worrying about Seraphina. At least she's been able to sleep. She needed it, with all the stress and anxiety she'd been dealing with, making her restless. Aria stirs, making Seraphina tense. Her hand grips mine tightly. Aria's eyes flutter open, and Seraphina steps closer. Hey, Aria. Seraphina asks softly. Aria pulls Seraphina into a hug and starts crying. They took a Vivian, Anne and Caden Lur and Dill Maximus. I know. I'm going to find them. Okay. Seraphina promises. Through the bond, white-hot anger floods in from everywhere. There's no fear or worry, just pure anger. I mentally note to never truly anger her. She's a dangerous woman. Okay, Kay, Aria stammers, sobbing in response. I need you to tell me everything. Right from when he captured you, Seraphina says softly, setting Aria back down on her pillow. We were sitting at H home and someone knocked on the door. So Caden went to answer it. He didn't come back, and we couldn't hear him. So the three of us got up and went to see him. He wasn't there. A man stepped from the shadows holding him, a gun pointed to his head, and Arya breaks down into another fit of tears, and Seraphina's fear spikes, making her heart race. I wrap my arms around Seraphina to help calm her, but it hardly works. Caden was struggling, and they said if we didn't surrender, they'd kill him. Arya continues after her tears subside. Of course we surrendered, but my world went black soon after. I woke up in some room, strapped to a table, stripped of my clothes. Arya shivers, and Seraphina lets out a deep, terrifying growl. Some people came in, said things I didn't understand. Then my world went black again. I'd wake up, then be put back to sleep. It was constant. I was operated on twice, and then I was thrown in the room you found me. They threw me dirty clothes, so I put them on. They gave me a bottle of water and said, "We're taking your siblings. You have to count on your sister now." Arya whispers at the end, more tears flowing. I was so scared you weren't going to show. Seraphina hugs Arya again. We're going to find them, okay? Arya nods, pulling away. I want to sleep first. I'm tired, she murmurs. Of course sleep, Seraphina says, kissing her sister's cheek before standing up straight and turning to me. Her anger flows off her in waves. Let's go look for your family, I say softly. Seraphina nods and walks confidently out of the room. Something about her attitude tells me she'll kill anyone who stands in her way. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting subsequent interesting daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 24. Seraphina's POV. No. I scream as Selena drives the dagger deep into my twin brother's heart. Maximus's lifeless body goes limp and stops moving. The fighting around us halts, my side burning and my back aching. I drop to my knees and crawl slowly over to Maximus. No, I whisper as I hold Maximus close to me. I love you, brother. Don't leave me. I lift my gaze to Selena. She's the one who did this. She's the cause of all of this. I let out a deep, loud growl at her, and with the last bit of strength I have left, I lunge. Earlier that day. Luca, it's been 6 months. I almost shout. Where could they be? Why haven't we found them yet? Luca pulls me into a tight hug, trying to calm me down. I've had these panic attacks quite often lately. My life now revolves around finding my siblings, and every day that passes without finding them, the more I start to panic. I know I haven't found Arya yet, but I can't help but feel it's been too long. Arya's been such a huge help, calculating possible locations for them. Sometimes she comes along with us, but most times, she stays behind to work on other theories. Her heart is breaking just like mine. We've been working non-stop. Both of us barely get any sleep. Our eating habits have changed too. Luca is always worried about me. But I can't help it. I really can't. I sigh and hug Luca tightly. Seraphina. Seraphina. Arya calls out, running over to me. I think I found them. Instantly, I pull away from Luca. Where? Where are they? Not too far from here, Arya says, grabbing my arm and dragging me over to her computer. She quickly types something into the keyboard and shows me a picture of a warehouse. Explain, I ask, my voice shaky. Arya pulls up security footage of none other than Vesper, along with a few others, entering the building. I growl and grip the table, trying to keep my anger in check. The warehouse is about a 7-hour drive away, Arya explains. I nod. We're going. Now. I'm coming, Arya says, standing up. I grab my weapons quickly, packing them into my bag. Arya does the same. I know Luca is getting his pack ready, or the warriors who are coming with us. I throw my bag into the back of the car and climb into the passenger seat. Arya hops into the back, while Luca takes the driver's seat and looks over at me. "Ready?" he asks. "Oh hell yes." The ride is completely silent, with everyone tense. Not a single word is spoken. The tension in the air is thick, and you could practically taste it. Luca grips the steering wheel so hard, I'm surprised it hasn't broken. I sigh. We're only about 5 minutes from our destination. My hands are tingling, desperate to hold something, anything that could cause damage. We stop a little ways away from the building and climb out. Arya and I go to get more weapons, strapping them all over. We'd need as much as we could carry if this was going to be the place. "Ready?" Arya asks quietly. "Ready," I whisper. I head straight to the building, not bothering to be quiet. Why bother? They can't escape. We've surrounded them. I kick the door down with a hard thud and step inside cautiously. It's just a lobby in a warehouse? Odd. The woman at the desk looks up at me, her eyes filling with fear. She starts to pick up the phone, but Arya quickly shoots it. "Where are they?" I growl, slamming my hands down on the desk so hard that it cracks. I don't know who you're talking about," the woman stammers, her name tag reading Ivy. "You listen here, Ivy," I growl, grabbing her shirt and yanking her close. "They have my siblings in this building. If you don't tell me where they are, you're going to regret it. All I know is they hired me as a fake lobbyist and gave me a picture of you and her," Ivy says, pointing at Arya. "They told me if either of you came, I was supposed to yell it through the intercom. That's all I know." "She's telling the truth, Seraphina," Arya says quietly. I release Ivy and mutter, "Thanks." I look at her. "Which door?" She points to one. I nod and walk over to it, opening it to reveal a long hallway. I start walking, with Luca and Arya right behind me. My entire body is tense. I stop suddenly, feeling something's off. At the end of the hall, there's one door slightly ajar. I walk over and push the door open, my gun at the ready. The room is pitch black. Even a werewolf wouldn't be able to see anything in this darkness. I glance back at Luca. I take a step into the room when bright, blinding white lights flash on. My eyes take a moment to adjust, and when they do, I almost scream in rage. Vesper is sitting there, resting his elbows on his knees, his hands supporting his head. It would have looked like a cool pose if he weren't evil. Behind a glass wall stand several people in white lab coats. On 3 separate tables are my siblings, all wearing white, the color of this corporation's signature. Their eyes are closed, but they look okay, healthy. "I knew you'd find us eventually," Vesper says, chuckling. I growl. "What have you done to them?" "I haven't done anything. The white coats have, but I haven't touched them," Vesper says, his voice calm. "Your point?" Arya asks, her voice dripping with disdain. "I'm not the one you want to kill. It's the girl in the black," Vesper says, smirking. "She's the only one wearing that color. She's the mastermind behind it all. I'm so proud to call her my daughter. But you won't be able to kill either of us." I laugh bitterly. "Want to test that theory?" "Oh yes," Vesper smirks. "I do." He raises his hand, and suddenly my siblings' eyes snap open. They're not their usual colors. Now they're all yellow. They leap off the tables and approach the glass wall, each one handed their preferred weapon. They move in strange robotic ways, their gaze fixed on Arya and me. I reach for Luca's hand, squeezing it for comfort. The blank look on my siblings' faces tears me apart. They don't recognize us, not even for a second. "Your siblings are under my control now," Vesper says, his voice barely above a whisper. He simply points at the 3 of us, and that action sets everything into motion. Each of my siblings raises their arms in unison before they smash the glass. It shatters in a way that looks almost beautiful. If it were in slow motion, it would be like a piece of artwork. But my siblings, now acting as if they have no control, step over the broken glass and attack without hesitation. And when I say attack, I mean they run at us with the same intensity as they always did, fighting as if they've been trained to kill. Caden rushes at Luca, forcing me to let go of his hand. Maximus charges at me. Vivian and Arya have already begun their fight. Maximus is wielding his favorite weapons, the two sais. While we all have guns, we also trained with close-range weapons. Vivian and Arya use throwing knives. Maximus has his sais, I have my swords, and Caden usually doesn't use a weapon, but if he does, it's a bow staff with a knife at the end. Maximus. It's me. Seraphina. I shout, dodging his sharp attacks. He doesn't recognize you, beautiful. Vesper laughs. The warriors from our pack had shown up and are fighting the scientists, some of whom are wolves, while others are trying to defend themselves the best they can. Tears start to form in my eyes. Maximus. I pull out one of my swords. The sais are meant to battle swords. This should be an interesting fight. Luca doesn't have a weapon. I hope he's okay with Caden, but then again, Caden doesn't usually use weapons either. We are all fairly evenly matched. I bite my lip. I never thought I'd have to fight my own brother. No. I wouldn't kill him. I could never kill him. He's my brother, my best friend. I love him just as much as Luca, but in a different way. I can't connect to Caden the way I can to Maximus, though I love them both. I mostly focus on blocking Maximus's strikes, careful not to land a killing blow in case he doesn't block in time. He's silent, unlike usual, where he cracks jokes during fights. There's no teasing, no silly comments. Just complete focus. Maximus lands a heavy blow to my side. I yelp, then strike back, cutting his leg. We are so caught up in our fight that I don't notice Arya screaming at me until I'm pushed by Maximus into the broken glass. That's when I hear her. Hit him on the head, really hard. She better be right about this. The glass had scraped my back, and I continue to defend myself from Maximus. I grab his wrist with one hand, surprising him. I flip him over and kick him hard in the stomach. I turn quickly, and for a split second in his eyes, I see the old Maximus. Then, with the pommel of my sword and my fist, I hit him hard on the head. His eyes roll back, and he falls unconscious. I look over at Arya and Luca, seeing that both Vivian and Caden are limp on the floor, just like Maximus. I glance at Vesper, and I can see the fear in his eyes. I get up, weak and exhausted from the fight. He didn't have a backup plan. That much is clear on his face. He thought my siblings would kill us. I walk toward him as he stands up. There's no point in fighting back. We've won. The scientists are still fighting, but they're no match for the warrior wolves. It seems I've lost. Vesper says quietly. Yes, it seems so, I reply, pulling out my gun. Know that my daughter is the mastermind behind all of this. But I persuaded her to do it. Please, give her a fair trial. She's still young, let her live, Vesper pleads. I'm not sure if I can do that, I answer coldly, pressing the gun to his temple. Please. Vesper begs. At least tell her I love her. I can do that. Are you ready to die now? I ask, my patience running thin. He smiles slightly. Maybe in another life, we'll be together. My daughter could have a mother again, and there could be a baby brother or sister. I scrunch my nose in disgust. In your dreams. In my dreams, Vesper echoes. Tell my daughter I love her. He closes his eyes and nods, so I pull the trigger. At the same time, I hear a scream. The scream of a child. I turn around and see a familiar face. Selena. I murmur. She's dressed in all black. You killed him. You killed my father. She screams. She's the mastermind. Everything makes sense now. She got caught on purpose to infiltrate the pack and spy. Selena's eyes move to Maximus, who is lying motionless. She stands beside him, pulling a small knife from her black jeans. She's only 11. How could she do this? But I can understand, considering the influence of her father. Selena, put the knife down, I say carefully. Luca and Arya are both staring at Selena, wide-eyed. I keep glancing at them to see if they'll help, but they're too shocked. I am too. Selena. Of all people. Selena. Okay, Selena says in a voice that's somehow both childlike and eerily mature, like it's possessed by something darker. No. I scream as Selena drives the dagger into my twin brother's heart. Maximus's body goes limp and still. The fighting around us stops. My side burns, my back stings. I drop to my knees and crawl slowly over to Maximus. No, 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 I sob, holding Maximus close. I love you, brother. Don't leave me. I look up at Selena. She did this. She's the one who caused all of this. I growl at her, louder and deeper than ever before. Then, with every ounce of strength left in me, I charge at her. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting subsequent interesting daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 25. Seraphina's POV. I hit Selena with everything I had, and we both crumpled to the floor. I continued to punch her face, over and over again, until two arms wrapped around my waist and pulled me away from the damage I was causing. She's just a child, Seraphina. Arya shouts, stepping in front of me. I growl, my wolf wanting to break free, desperate to be released. I let her take over. My wolf shifts, and the hold on me weakens, probably Luca holding me back. I leap at Selena as she tries to get up, and I drag my claws down her stomach. She screams in pain, but I don't care. She caused me too much pain. Way too much. This is for taking my siblings. I bite into her neck, killing her almost instantly. That's for everything she did to me. I back away, shifting back to human form, feeling weak. I look around at everyone's shocked faces, but before I can do anything, I collapse onto my legs, hitting my head hard enough to knock me out. Earlier that day. Luca, it's been 6 months. I almost scream. Where could they be? Luca pulls me into a hug, trying to calm me down. These moments happen often now. My life revolves around searching for my siblings, but after most failed attempts, I start to panic. Time keeps passing, and I can't stand it. Arya has been helping me by calculating potential locations. Sometimes she joins us on the missions, but other times, she stays behind to work on new theories. Her heart breaks just like mine. We push ourselves hard, working day and night. Sleep has become scarce. My eating habits are all over the place, and Luca is constantly worrying about me. I can't help it though. I just can't. I sigh and return Luca's hug. Seraphina. Seraphina. Arya calls, running over to me. I think I found them. I instantly pull away from Luca. Where? Not too far from here, Arya says, grabbing my arm and pulling me over. She rushes to the computer and starts typing at lightning speed, showing me a warehouse on the screen. Explain, I say, my voice hesitant. She shows me security footage, and my heart sinks. There's Vesper, walking into the building with a few others. I growl, gripping the table. The warehouse is a 7-hour drive away, Arya says. I nod. We're going. Now. I'm coming too, Arya says, standing up. I start packing up my weapons quickly, moving fast. Arya does the same, and I know Luca is getting the pack warriors ready to come with us. I grab my bag and head out to the car, throwing it into the back. Arya hops into the back of the SUV, and I climb into the passenger seat. Luca slides into the driver's seat and looks over at me. Ready? He asks. Oh, hell yes. The ride is quiet, the tension in the air so thick you can almost feel it. No one talks, barely even breathing. I can see Luca gripping the steering wheel so tightly. I'm surprised it doesn't break. I sigh, feeling the weight of the situation as we near our destination. My hands tingle, begging to hold a weapon, anything that can do damage. We stop a little ways from the building and all climb out. Arya and I go to get more weapons, strapping them everywhere. We need all we can carry if this place holds my siblings. Ready? Arya asks softly. Ready, I whisper. I start walking toward the building, not being subtle at all. Why bother? They can't escape now. We've surrounded them. I kick down the door to the building and step inside. It's just a lobby. In a warehouse? Weird. The woman behind the desk looks up, and I see the fear flash in her eyes. She picks up the phone, but Arya shoots it. Where are they? I demand, slamming my hands down on the desk, cracking it. I don't know who you're talking about, the woman stammers. Her name tag reads Ivy. You listen to me, Ivy, I growl, grabbing her shirt and pulling her close. They have my siblings in this building, and if you don't tell me where they are, you'll regret it. All I know is they hired me as a fake lobbyist and gave me a picture of you and her, Ivy points to Arya. They said if either of you showed up, to signal through the intercom. That's all I know. All I know is they hired me as a fake lobbyist and gave me a picture of you and her, Ivy points to Arya. They said if either of you showed up, to signal through the intercom. That's all I know. She's telling the truth, Seraphina, Arya says softly. I let go of Ivy, muttering, thanks. Which door? She points to one. I nod and head over to it. Inside is a long hallway. Luca and Arya follow behind me, my body on edge. Something's off. At the end of the hall is a single door that's slightly ajar. I approach and push it open, readying my gun. The room is pitch black. Not even a full werewolf would be able to see in there. I glance back at Luca, then step inside, only for bright white lights to suddenly blind me. My eyes adjust, and when they do, I see Vesper sitting there, his elbows on his knees, head resting on his hands. He would look calm if it weren't for the evil smile on his face. Behind a glass wall, I see my siblings, strapped to tables in white clothes. They're unconscious, but they seem fine. I knew you'd find us eventually, Vesper chuckles. I growl. What have you done to them? I haven't done anything, Vesper says sincerely. The scientists have, but I haven't touched them. Your point? Arya asks. I'm not the one you want to kill. It's the girl in black. She's the real mastermind. I'm so proud to call her my daughter. But you won't be able to kill me or him, Vesper explains. I laugh bitterly. Want to test that theory? Oh yes, Vesper smirks. I do. Suddenly, my siblings' eyes snap open, but their irises are yellow. They leap off the tables, weapons in hand. They move stiffly, like they're controlled, their gazes locked on Arya and me. I grab Luca's hand, squeezing it tightly, needing comfort. My siblings' blank expressions hurt. There's no recognition in their eyes. Not a hint of who they used to be. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and like this video to continue listening to this type of story daily and also to appreciate this community too. I would like to know the country in which you are listening to this story. Which country is that? Please comment below.